juicy match we've got coming up. We've got Belgium versus Portugal, so really excited to see that match that's coming later. This one is very intriguing, though, because Spain, I think, are one of the favourites for the tournament. I think they've been fantastic throughout the whole tournament. I think Spain, actually, for whatever reason, get a little bit overlooked. I think the reason being was because they just could not score goals at the start. Obviously, they've become irresistible since the start, and they have since gone on to score 10 in the past 2 games. So absolutely fantastic numbers coming from Spain now. And I think you've got to say they're one of, if not the favourites to win this. It really wouldn't surprise me to see Spain go on to lift the trophy, to be honest. I know England have now become a favourite, and I don't quite know how I feel about that, to be honest, because I think that it's going to be a team from the other side of the draw that's likely to win it. I think England have got a great chance of getting to the final, but I don't know. I don't know if I can go far enough to say they're going to win it. But it's going to be very, very interesting. The winner of this will obviously play the winner of the game later. So we're probably heading for like Spain versus, I would say, Italy. I'm thinking Spain versus Italy is what we're on track for. But obviously we've got a little way to go till we get there. Big shout out to everyone in the chat. Lauren says Xhaka can't play because he's on 2 yellows. That is correct. Shout out to you, Lauren, dropping some knowledge. Let me see if I can find the teams, actually, because I should have them set up somewhere. One Football should have the squads by now, and they do. And that'll confirm what Lauren is saying. Ooh, why is that jumped over there? Why is that being mischievous? Let's have a little look. Let's try and reload this, because then we can have a look at the teams. For some reason, that's gone out of sync, and there's no reason why. Yes, so we've got these 2 games today, and then, of course, tomorrow we've got England taking on the Ukraine, and that is an absolutely massive match. The winner of that will go on to play either Czech Republic or Denmark. I've been trying to read a little bit about these games. There hasn't been loads of articles, but there was a few that came out last night. But yeah, there haven't been loads of articles, unfortunately, because I think people are struggling to find time to write them and whatever, as there's been a few upsets. So I don't know too many people are expecting Switzerland to get this far. I don't know if too many people are expecting Netherlands to be out, for example. So yeah, there's been a few upsets. But here we are, and you can see this team here. This is the Switzerland side. Let me see if I can just bring this down a little bit. Xhaka can't play. We read that one. This game looks tough. Spain can't take it, as Switzerland are a crafty side. Yes. So we've got Stefanovic up top for Switzerland. And he's been doing very, very well in the tournament. He's actually the 5th joint goal scorer, got the most goals in the tournament with 3. Top goal scorer at the moment is still Ronaldo with 5. So currently, Switzerland have got, in the top 6 goal scorers in the tournament, they've got Stefanovic, right? They have the top assister. So top for assists in the tournament with 4 is Zuba. So Zuba's managed to get 4 assists, which is more than anyone else. So he's actually top for assists. Stefanovic is, as we said, in the top 6 for goals as well. So Switzerland have definitely got a threat about them. Freuler is in the top 5 for distance covered. They've got loads. They've got loads of players that are in and around the top end of these statistics. Total attempts. This might surprise you, but total attempts. Switzerland are actually 4th with the most attempts in this tournament. They've had 60 goal attempts. Italy are top with 87. Spain are just ahead of Switzerland in 3rd with 68. So goal attempts. Both of these sides have had 60 for Switzerland, 68 for Spain. So very, very close. In regards to tackles, getting stuck in, trying to get the ball back, Switzerland third with 63. There's no mention of Spain in the top 6. So Switzerland doing a great job of tackling and getting the ball back. They're doing a great job of creating. They've got players that are just running and running and running. They've got players that are creating. They've got one of the top goal scorers. Like, do not write off Switzerland. They are a really, really good side. A really, really tricky team. And let's not forget, they knocked out France. Switzerland taking the game to penalties, knocking out France in the last round. So you can see the Swiss team. If we switch over to Spain, this is the Spanish team, and this will be of interest to people. Certainly people that are playing the fantasy game. So you can see that up front they've got Sarabia, Morata and Torres. We've got Lopez, Busquets, Koke in midfield, Alba, Torres, Laporte, Azpilicueta, and in goal we've got Simon. So looks like Garcia misses out from defence, who I think I had in my fantasy team. I think I was torn between Garcia and Pau Torres. I think I ended up going with Garcia. Yeah, this is a very, very good Spanish team. They have been doing fantastic with possession stats. If we have a look at possession, they are top for possession. So I think what to expect from this game is expect Spain to have a lot of the ball, expect them to probe and get plenty of goal attempts. They're third in the tournament for goal attempts. So Spain are top with possession. 67.5% is their average across the tournament. So expect Spain to get about 65% possession. That would only leave Switzerland like 35%. So I expect Spain to get a lot of the ball. I expect Spain to get a lot of goal attempts. I do think that what we're going to see is Switzerland breaking, countering, trying to get goal attempts of their own. Switzerland are not a side that are just going to park the bus and just, not offer anything down the other end of the pitch. So I'm really up for this game. Even though on paper it's nowhere near as attractive as like Belgium versus Italy, I still think this is going to be a real tricky little match. I still think that this is going to be hard for Spain. And can Switzerland do it again? Can Switzerland upset another big nation? They knocked out France. And let's not forget, this Switzerland side have got great heart because they were 3-1 down. And with like 10 minutes to go, and they ended up getting back to 3-3 and then getting past France on penalties. I mean, that was a massive, massive result. I've heard a lot of people saying, was that their final? Have they given everything in that last game? And it could be. It could be that they are now absolutely shattered, because it was only the other day, that game. I mean, the recovery time has been close to non-existent. They've had a couple of days, but after such an effort, I think they're going to come into this with slightly tired legs. I would be amazed if they're fresh and ready for this. So it's going to be really interesting. I can't wait. I do think Spain are going to win, but I do think that Switzerland are going to push them as well. So I'm not expecting this to be 4-0 Spain. And if it is, I think the only reason it is because Switzerland are still feeling the effects of the last game. Corey says, come on, Switzerland. Jamie said, is the dream Switzerland-Denmark final? No, that's not my dream. My dream is absolutely England to be in the final. I don't mind Switzerland versus England in the final. I'll take that. If there's some way that Switzerland can win this and get to the final, and so can England, I will take Switzerland-England final. No problem whatsoever. Spain will win. They've got the better squad. Swiss don't have world-class strikers. That is true, Dylan, but sometimes it's not about the individuals. It's about how the team plays collectively. I agree with you. They do not have the players of the caliber of what Spain have, and I expect Spain to have more possession. I expect to see them pressing. I expect to see them creating chances. This is going to be very uncomfortable for Switzerland. There's no two ways about it. But I do expect to see Switzerland play as well. I'm not expecting them to just be like push back and not find a way out. I think they're going to have to weather a bit of a storm. I think they will weather that storm. I don't think they'll concede. I think goals tend to come more in the second half. So I think it takes a little bit of time for Spain to warm up. Spain don't tend to come out of the gates and just smash a team. They tend to want to feel the ball. They tend to want to pass it around and just get used to the surface and finding where everyone is, and then, start getting their movements going. And they're not a team that come out and like, boom, 1-0. So I think Switzerland will have time to settle into the game. I expect Spain to get a bit of an early storm, but I do expect periods of play where Switzerland are going to be on the front foot. I do think that they are a good team that even though maybe lack individual star power, they still have a degree of that, by the way, but nowhere near compared to Spain. But I do think that they have a really good team. I think they work well together. You could say that they were the better side against France in like the first half, and deserved to go through against France. I mean, in the first half, I think they were better. Second half, they got blown away by some incredible goals. But what heart to come back. I mean, imagine being 3-1 down against the world champions and finding a way of getting back to 3-3. I mean, what Switzerland did the other day was absolutely incredible. It was absolutely incredible. And to go to penalties and then actually knock France out, the emotion that must have, overcome them and whatever. I mean, that's such a big result. It's just, what do they have today? What can they do today? Ashton says, I think Switzerland might cause another upset. Mr. Meme says, July is going to be huge. We've got Poirier McGregor. Yep, in about, 7 days? It's a week tomorrow. We will be covering that live on the channel. The final of the Euros, which is a week on Sunday. It's like the next day, isn't it? So, yeah. Fury versus Wilder 3. I don't know when that is, to be honest. I need to have a look, see when that is. And Money in the Bank, yep. It's all big. All big, big, big. Crazy Ginge Jake Holden reckons it's going to be 3-1 to Switzerland. Are you nervous for tomorrow after what happened in 2016 against Iceland? Will England suffer another embarrassing loss? Am I nervous for tomorrow? Not massively. I'm excited. I think I've seen England win knockout games against teams that we should beat. I've seen us go out as well. But by and large, we tend to get the victories. I've seen us beat Colombia. I've seen us beat Sweden. We obviously beat Spain back at Euro 96 as well. We don't have a great record in the knockout rounds. We've got an all right record of getting out of groups, but we don't have the best record when it comes to the knockout rounds. So it's just take it a game at a time. I mean, I love this squad. I think the English squad is fantastic. I think you've got so much depth. It's so versatile. There's so much you can tweak and change. I expect him to put out a different team to the one that we saw the other day. I think what you'll see from England this time is he might still want to go with some pace, but I do expect him to go back to that 4-2-3-1. I don't know who the 3 is going to be. I would imagine he might stick with Sterling and Saka, but I could imagine Mount coming back in or Grealish coming back in, someone coming in just behind Harry Kane. The only thing is we need to have a look and see how much did the other day take out of players. The other thing as well is there's a few players that are on 2 yellows, and he might want to rest a couple of players as a result. I think it's Maguire. I think it's Maguire, Phillips, Rice. There's someone else. It might be Foden. There's about 4 players that have got a couple of yellow cards. And if they get another yellow card, they would miss the semi-final. So it might not be worth risking them. So I think there's a chance that we do see like Henderson play. Maybe Bellingham might play. He might want to rest Saka. I mean, Saka's, 19? He's played in some pretty intensive games recently. So, you could always bring in Sancho, who's literally just moved for 70-odd million to Man United. So you could bring in Sancho. The country's going to be screaming for Grealish as well. So there's options. But I don't expect to see the 3-4-3 formation. I expect him to change it back to that 4-2-3-1. And he might even only have the one holding midfielder. I think, Ukraine are going to be bruised. They're going to be battered. They're going to be beatable. And I think England are not going to overlook them like we did Iceland. When we played Iceland, we overlooked them. We were like, right, yeah, this is done. What's next? I don't think England are going to do that this time. I've been reading some fantastic articles all about England. Did you know that England have got a data analysis suite at St George's Park that has been operating for a few years now, and it's got information on every team at the Euros. So, if we face anyone, we've got, years and years of information. They've actually put one data analyst and someone to go and watch the games physically. They've put 2 people on every single team. 2 people on every team. That is the kind of, resources that England have. So a lot of people watching might think that Gareth is just making decisions. Gareth has watched the game and he's spotted this. So, he's going to try and go with this formation. Forget it. England are so advanced now when it comes to that side of things. St George's Park has really revolutionised things. And we've got 2 analysis people on each team. So we will know Ukraine better than the Ukraine know Ukraine, right? Don't think that England have been scrambling around these past few days trying to find information and watch matches. They've got years worth of data on the Ukraine, and they've had someone go and watch their games before the tournament. They've had someone, a data analyst, that's been looking at what's happening during the tournament. So we are very, very well prepared. I don't know that we had that for Iceland, to be honest. I know St George's Park was around, but I don't know if this data analysis suite was up and running. But it's really interesting. If you want to read it, it's on The Athletic, which is brilliant site. I think you have to subscribe to it, but it's like £1 a month or something. But it's just loads of articles about football. And they were talking about how in-depth England's preparations have been. And it was really interesting. So, England are not going to be going under-prepared. They're certainly not going to overlook any teams. And they're going to know those teams better than those teams know themselves. So I feel quite comfortable, confident. It's why I also heavily believe in Gareth Southgate. I really believe in Gareth Southgate. I think that it's not just Gareth Southgate. He's not just the one that's making the decisions. He's got this whole machine behind him that's helping him. And basically the decisions he is making is largely because those are the decisions that have to be made because the data says this is the way forward. We're just not used to it. We're not used to it as England fans. We're used to just one man picking the team and that's it. But I'm telling you, there's this whole machine now that's behind England. England actually studied Germany and looked to see why Germany was so successful. It was a report that was done 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Why did Germany keep beating us? Why are Germany always so successful? Why are Germany more successful than us? And it identified loads of areas that England weren't doing and weren't very strong in, and they've gone about trying to fix those. I'm certainly not saying it's perfect and it's sorted and this is the end and now we're going to be the greatest team in the world. But what I am saying is that England have very much stepped up their game over the past 10 years. So I would say Iceland was a real low in 2016, but that was 5 years ago now. So I kind of feel quietly confident that we've done everything we can to be ready for this. I just think that England are going to go into each game fully prepared. I think they're going to go into each game ready, focused, with a game plan. And, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. They've already given us that Germany result. Like, if they go out now, I'll be disappointed, but it won't be the end of the world. I was saying the other day, every team goes out at some point in this tournament. You either get upset because your team didn't qualify. You either get upset because you didn't get out the groups. You either get upset because you went out at the round of 16. You either get upset because you went out at the quarters. You either get upset because you went out in the semis. Or you either get upset because you lost the final. The only team whose fans are not going to be upset is the team that win. Right? They're the only team in every tournament whose fans are not going to be upset. So, for me, I'm so used to that hurt. Right? I'm so used to that upset that I just look for moments that happen along the way. I just look for things that we can look back on and take pride out of and try and build on and whatever. And I already feel like we've been given that. I mean, massively we've been given that. One of the biggest results of my life was when we beat Germany. I mean, it's incredible. It's just incredible that it happened. And I think it really shows how much work's going on behind the scenes. Hadn't happened since 1966. And it happened the other day. We beat Germany in a knockout game at a tournament. So, yeah. It's excited. You're allowed to get excited. If you're an England fan, you are allowed to get excited. Still doesn't mean that I think they're going to beat like someone in a final like Spain or Italy or someone like that. I still think they're going to struggle. Because I just think there comes a point where experience of the players is going to actually count for something. And I think what this team lacks is that experience. I think that you look at like Declan Rice in the middle of the park. He's done really, really well. You know, him and Phillips, they said they spoke to each other before the Germany game because there was a lot of talk about how would they operate against, Champions League winners and World Cup winners. And like Premier League winners, and like because Phillips plays for Leeds, who have only just come back into the Premier League. Rice plays for West Ham, who have just had a fantastic season and finished 5th. So like neither of these have got Champions League experience. Neither of them have got that much international experience. There is a concern. That at this level they might be a bit too inexperienced. And I do wonder if we get to a final, will it show there? If they're being run ragged by a fantastic Spanish midfield, is that inexperience going to show at some point? Because that's something I don't think that we can prepare for. I think experience is something you just get along the way. So that's one area that I think England can't train for, they can't prepare for, and that's, making get the players to make the right decisions at certain times. So that was kind of in-depth analysis there, but I love reading about all this stuff. I really, really enjoy it. This is a big part of football that I really love getting my teeth into. And I'm really up for these next 2 games. Well, all of the games. I think there's only like 7 games left. And I'm really, really up for them because I think each one offers something a little bit different. And, I'm certainly not going to be overlooking the Ukraine. I can tell you that much. Xhaka will be a big loss to the Swiss. He will be a massive, massive loss. I was just listening, though, to a video where a Swiss fan was saying that he actually doesn't mind Xhaka missing. Now, I think that he was just being in denial. I just think that he was kind of trying to comfort himself, like, yeah, no, it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. He will be a big loss. He was fantastic in midfield. He's a leader. He really drives the team forward. You're kind of taking a bit of the engine room away from Switzerland if you take him out, and that, a car without an engine is not moving. So I am a bit worried that he's not playing. But the Swiss fan said that in the early rounds, Xhaka didn't actually play very well. He didn't play very well, and there was rumours and talk in Switzerland about dropping him. And so he said, like, now they've been forced to drop him. They've got confidence in the players that can come in. I don't know much about like the Swiss bench, but he was saying that they've got a good squad depth. He's quite comfortable that if Xhaka's out, then it's an opportunity for someone else. And seems to be a bit of confidence that their squad is actually all right. I mean, again, let's not get this twisted. They're a very, very good team. I can't remember where they are in the world, but it's certainly top 20. We'll have a look in a second. Joe, mama. Shout out to you, Joe. Hang on, let's have a look and see. FIFA rankings where these teams are. We've been looking at some like transfer market ones, which I love. This gives you the rankings, but it also tells you how much the team is worth. So Spain are ranked 6th in the world. They are the 6th best team in the world. If you want to buy them, I hope you've got 823 million in the bank. Otherwise, forget it. That's how much Spain would cost you, 823 million. If you want to buy Switzerland, who are 13th, so not bad, you know. When you think of Switzerland, I don't know about you, but when you think of Switzerland, I always think like quite low down. Same with Denmark. I always think like 20 to 30, probably somewhere like that. No, 13th, which isn't bad at all. Denmark as well, by the way, 10th. So again, Denmark not bad at all. I always think these teams are like the same as Czech Republic, Ukraine, people like that. Where is Czech Republic actually? We looked the other day. 40. Czech Republic are 40th. So I kind of always feel they're like down there, but they're not. Switzerland is the 13th best team in the world. Still, if you wanted to buy their team, it would only cost you 259 million. So around, close to 600 million less. So undeniable who has got the stars, the bigger names, arguably the better players. But Switzerland are not about that. They're just a fantastic team. Still worth looking at that, though. We've got half an hour to go till we get to the game. Mouldy said, I'm not English. If I was, I wouldn't want Southgate. He's got a small team mentality. You want a manager who gets to the semi-final or final. If you lose to the Ukraine, the Germany game is irrelevant. I could not disagree more. I have to disagree with that because I think that the Germany game will never be irrelevant because I know that Southgate has said that, but I genuinely believe he'll change his tune after the tournament. I mean, if you try and tell any English person that that Germany game was irrelevant, they'll look at you weird. Like that moment that we had, that result that we had, that emotion that we had for that victory that meant so much. There's no way that's irrelevant. No way that's irrelevant. It might mean that we didn't progress further in the tournament, win the tournament, but it'll always mean that we got a victory over Germany that's going to help us as we go forward. That's going to give us such confidence. We haven't won loads of knockout games, so to win a knockout game is big on its own. To beat Germany, who we haven't beat since '66, is huge. To give everyone that feeling of, euphoria, considering like the pandemic and all that kind of stuff, like the lift that it's given the country. People are buzzing. People are absolutely buzzing. Like it's on the news all the time as the team are preparing, and it's just 20 million tuned into that game. 20 million. There's about 60 million people in the UK. That's 1/3 of people in the UK tuned in and watched it. And I would say it's even more if you look at like how many people went to beer gardens and how many people went round friends' houses. So if you think that like, I don't know, I couldn't even put a number on it. I mean, I feel like it would be close to everyone watched that game. And if they didn't, I've no idea how they avoided it. But I kind of feel like, everyone was watching. It was a real moment. My dad hates football, and he was watching, and he was apparently getting into it as well. It was one of those, I said it before, it was our Super Bowl. It was our Super Bowl. So even if we don't get any further, as I said earlier, we'll always have that. So I have to disagree. I don't think you can just turn around and say that was irrelevant. and it didn't mean anything because it meant everything, and it still means everything, and it really gives us something to build on. And I really rate Southgate. I think Southgate is very level-headed. He doesn't get carried away with his emotion. I think that he is someone that looks and uses the information that he has to hand. You know, he played Trippier at left-back in the first game, and everyone was like, what are you doing? Worked. Played Saka and Sterling against the Germans. Everyone was like, where's Grealish? Where's Sancho? Worked. Brought on Grealish towards the end of the game, as the game could have gone to extra time. So Grealish was fresh at the end of the game, but he would have been fresh for extra time as well. And he brought him on, and Grealish was able to influence the game against a very tired German defence that had to deal with Sterling running at them, Saka running at them. A lot of people have said that he should have started Grealish. We don't know what the result would have been if he had have started it. I only know what the result was with the team that he picked, and that was a 2-0 win. So you can't criticise the team that he picks. His decisions have been bang on. And do you know why they've been bang on? Because he's not the one that's making them on his own. He's got this whole machine behind him. This is why I was talking to someone on a stream the other day about how important St George's Park is. And I was talking about like the data suites that they have there and the training facilities and the fact that St George's Park has got an exact pitch replica to Wembley. One of the pitches at St George's Park is exactly the same dimensions, turf, everything is exactly the same as the pitch at Wembley. That is the level of preparation that England are going through for this tournament. They don't normally have that, but St George's Park allows them to have that. And there's a lot of backroom staff. There's a lot of people that are specialists in their field that are looking at recovery, that are looking at every aspect of the team. This is different. There's not many tournaments that England have been in that I don't think they've ever had this level of preparation, ever. Mainly because we're in England so that they can be at St George's Park and they can have all of this data stuff. Of course, even if there was a way they could still get access to the data. This is the modern world. There is the internet. So they could get access to that data. But to have it there, do you know what I mean, at St George's Park, to be able to physically speak to some of these people that have been and watched some of these teams, it's just... England have got a fantastic chance. Fantastic chance. And I think that Gareth Southgate is actually part of a machine. I think that he is a very important cog that trusts in the machine that has been built. I don't want a manager that's going to come in and ignore all that. I don't want a manager that thinks that he knows better and he's just not going to listen to all of this and just pick whatever side he thinks is the right side. The data is there that tells you the way to go, and Gareth Southgate's been following that. And look where we are. Look where we are. We're into the quarterfinals. We've got a fantastic draw. I mean, if you was to listen to some of the fans, they were like, we should finish second. We should try and avoid finishing first. Again, look at how it's all panned out and played out. Finishing first now, if we win this, we get to go back to Wembley. We had Wembley in the last game. All right, we had to play Germany, but it gave us one of our greatest results ever. Team are buzzing. I mean, think of the momentum that England have now. Switzerland are going to have momentum because of the France result. But the problem they've got is that it went to penalties. And, you know, emotionally, they're going to be drained. England might be emotionally drained, but they've had a bit of time to relax. You know, they're going to be... I think there'll be some changes as well. I'm expecting a few people. I think what they'll do is they'll have a look at some of the players. They'll... see where they are mentally, where they are physically, and if we have to bring in some like Hendersons, Bellinghams, Mings, if we have to bring in Chilwell for sure, we could completely change this team and it would be fine. The only problem would it take them a little bit of time to get going? Like, you know, if you put in a completely different team, you do run the risk of them being a bit cold. You do run the risk of them not being up to speed. Against, you know, what is sure to be a very passionate, very hard-working Ukrainian side. So that would be a gamble. I'm not sure I would completely change everyone. In fact, I definitely wouldn't. But I certainly think you'll see some changes. I expect a different formation and a few different faces to the team that played Germany. But it's so interesting. There's so much interesting stuff to get your teeth into, and this tournament is, if you love tactics and you love fantasy football and all that kind of stuff, this has been amazing. Amazing. Will you bring Linda on the stream if England win? Sure. I mean, I don't know if I'll physically be able to. One of the things that really surprised me was the other day, like when England scored, I genuinely could not change the score. I was physically shaking, and I could not change the score. So I was actually incapable of changing over the graphics on screen, which absolutely blew my mind. Like it took me a while. Like the adrenaline and everything was just going. I couldn't. Yeah, that was so strange, so weird. Like to not be able to move a mouse. I didn't have the ability. I look at this now, and I think that we've already achieved something massive. So I personally wouldn't be looking at this saying that it was irrelevant or a waste or anything like that. I think there's plenty that can be taken from this tournament, even if we go out against the Ukraine. S. Bassett said, I spent half of the final group game trying to persuade you the momentum post-Germany would be worth the risk. We can do it now. Need that confidence boost. You did. I mean, I didn't want Germany. I really didn't want Germany because of that history. Southgate has said, these players don't carry that history. We carry the history, but these players don't. These players weren't around for Euro 96. Many of them were born after Euro 96, weren't even around for the tournament. So, yes, they will have seen it. Yes, they will be aware. But to them, it's history. It's two teams that are no longer playing. It's just completely irrelevant to them. They don't have those scars. I think if you're an England fan and you watched us get knocked out to Germany on penalties in Euro 96, and you saw us get knocked out to Germany on penalties World Cup 1990, and you saw us get knocked out to Germany, I think it was the quarterfinal in 2010, these memories hurt. I think we got knocked out to them in 1970 as well. So, 4 tournaments we've gone out to the Germans, and the only time that we've beaten them in a knockout stage was the final in 66. We did beat them in the groups in 2000, but the only time we've beaten them in a knockout is 1966. So, as someone that has seen a lot of this, not the 71, but I saw the 90, I saw the 96, I saw the 2010, as someone that's gone through that hurt of going out of a tournament to the hands of the Germans again and again and again, you just don't want them. You just don't want them because for some reason they tend to raise their game whenever they play us, or at least it feels that way. Germany could have the worst team in the world. They could be absolutely horrific, but I swear if they come to Wembley, it'll be close, it'll be tense, it'll be 0-0. They've just got this aura about them that I think it's a little bit like, I should imagine, when you fought Muhammad Ali. If ever you was fighting Muhammad Ali, mentally, some of his opponents must have lost before they even stepped in the ring because his aura, it's Muhammad Ali. Mentally, they must already have been beaten. How am I going to beat this man? This man is, the greatest of all time. And in a way, that's what England had with Germany. It's why that victory is so, so important, because it does take that away now. And more than that, it actually shows this group don't even care. It's more than it taking it away. It shows that it's irrelevant to this group. This team don't care about the history. They're creating their own history. And that's a mantra that's been banged into them repeatedly. Southgate's been saying, make your own history. Don't worry, don't carry the baggage of the past. So, yeah, it was a really good shout. Really good shout, S. Bassett. You did say, let's get the Germans, let's beat them, let's ride that momentum. And that is exactly what they're doing now. S. Bassett said, one of the older viewers, seen us whimper out too many days. We can win this. Thanks for the great streams. Shout out to you, dude. Yeah, it was a good shout. It was a really good shout. it was one. It was well, it's not a gamble. You have to play who you have to play, but if there's a way of cheering for facing Hungary rather than facing Germany, then I was cheering to face Hungary instead. Who we do actually, I only saw the other day, we are playing Hungary soon. They're in our qualifying group for the World Cup. I can't remember all these different qualifyings, and you've got World Cup qualifying, you've got Euros, you've got Nations League, you've got like all these different competitions. And I was trying to think who's in England's group for the World Cup, because we're currently trying to qualify for that. We've played 3 games and we've won 3, so we're looking pretty good. But it's Poland. Poland we played recently. It's a group we should definitely get out of, but I know Hungary's in it. So we will see England-Hungary soon in a competitive game. I think it's just after the Euros. I think it's later this year. And I'm thinking of watching those. I'm thinking of doing those England qualifying games. I've loved this. I've absolutely loved it. So, might as well keep the party going as we build towards the World Cup. Austin, shout out to you. William, shout out to you. Mouldy said, I see what you mean. I just thought as such a big football nation with the quality of players that you have, I didn't think beating a big team would be so big. I thought you go was it. Mouldy, shout out to you. You made a really good point about, a lot of people might not know what it actually meant, but England are a very big footballing nation that have fantastic players, but they are also a nation that has underperformed on the international stage year after year after year after year. They really have underperformed. We had something called the Golden Generation, and it was just some of the greatest players that we've seen, like in my lifetime. People like Paul Scholes, David Beckham, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Wayne Rooney, Rio Ferdinand, all of these players, Gary Neville, Ashley Cole, John Terry, all these players came along at the same time, and it was known as our golden generation. It's a little bit like what Belgium have got now. They've got this incredible team. All these players have just come together at the same time. And we should have won something with that team. We 100% should have won something with that team. You could argue that we had the best team in the world at that time, but they just couldn't get it. They just couldn't do it. They couldn't work together. Bit like what we're seeing from France in this tournament. France, might have the best team on paper and did win the World Cup in 2018, but in this tournament never really clicked. Looked like they were clicking against Switzerland and then threw it away. So, yeah, we're a team that is really, for a nation of our size, that's as passionate about football as what we are, to have only won 1 World Cup is, and that was at Wembley, and that was in 1966. So, we underperform. So, when it comes to trying to be a force on the international stage, we have to take these little victories. And, that result against Germany was more than a little victory, let's put it that way. So, but no, you're making good points, Mouldy Spoon. There'll definitely be people that think that same way. And even Southgate said, that victory over Germany, it doesn't mean anything unless we win our next game. So even our manager said that. But he is going to say that, because he wants to win that next game. He's moving everyone mentally onto the next game. But I think once the tournament's done, there'll be an admission that Germany result was special, and it does mean a lot. I remember that golden generation. What I will say is Southgate has progressed since he's come in, baby steps. Yeah, but I'm all right with baby steps. I'm absolutely fine with baby steps, as long as they're steps in the right direction and we ultimately get somewhere. And I do feel like we've been taking baby steps for a long time. And in a way, I think it started with Iceland in 2016. I think against Iceland in 2016, that's when Southgate came in. Was after that, and I think he's come in, and I think we've took little steps. And I think that in 2018, the nation got a bit, I don't want to say carried away, but we got to the semi-finals of a World Cup. But we did it because we had a favourable draw. You still have to beat the teams in front of you. You still have to get results. Like, we had to win a penalty shootout on the way, which was a baby step to get that result. We had to win some knockout games, like against Colombia and Sweden in particular. Baby steps, winning knockout games, which isn't something England have got a great record of doing. But then we faced like a decent side and we ended up getting knocked out. So at that point, we had to start looking at, bringing through better players. And thankfully we'd already invested in the youth. And the youth players that were coming through were fantastic. We'd won the World Cup the year before for the under-17s. So we knew that the young players were coming. Little bit concerned as to where they are now, in truth. We haven't got youth players. We've got youth players that are good, but they're not winning like they were. So kind of feels like there needs to be a bit of work done on our youth teams, because that ultimately always feeds into the main side. But either way, those great players that won the World Cup, the Under-17 World Cup, I think Under-18s got to a final or won a Euros, or, there was just success at all these different age ranges. I think we definitely achieved some stuff in 2018. We didn't get far enough. Now we've added, some fantastic players. There's a lot of this team that weren't even around for 2018. There's a lot of this side. I think we've got something like the second youngest team in this tournament, I think it's something crazy like that. Like, the age of these players, really young, like around 21, 22, 23. That's the average age of, like, the England side. It's really, really young. I think Turkey was the youngest side. Didn't work very well for them. But it just bodes so well for the future. I think England, if they've got a good chance here to get to the final, they've got they're going to be a team that people will keep an eye out for the World Cup next year as well. I want to have a look at average age of the squads for Euro 2020. Let's have a look. Average age, oldest and youngest squads revealed. So the oldest. It's one of them articles you got to read. Why don't they just list it? Belgium's squad is the most experienced. So Belgium have got the oldest squad. Sweden are next on that list. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Perhaps this will be a list, which might be better. Yes, that is better. Right, so according to this, Sweden are actually the oldest. 29 years at 0.2. 29.2 in years, the average Swedish player. Then it's Belgium, 29.1. So either way, they're very, very close. Sweden and Belgium at the absolute top. So their average age of their players is 29, which is a problem for Belgium because this is their golden generation and it shows they're running out of time. So I don't think the players coming through are of the same caliber. So you do worry for Belgium. They've really got, it's now or never for Belgium, and I think they will know that. So this is a massive game for them later. Like, after this one, we're only 10 minutes away, amazingly, from the Spain-Switzerland game. But this next game after is huge for Belgium. Be interesting to see if De Bruyne starts. I've got a feeling that he might not. So we'll have to see. But he is so influential for them. But with their team getting older and older, they're still going to be fine for next year's World Cup, of course. But you fast forward another couple of years for the next Euros, and all of a sudden, I don't know how great that's going to look. This is now or never for Belgium. So Sweden, Belgium, both average age of 29. Slovakia, Finland, and Hungary have got an average age of 28. That's the 5 oldest teams. If we go down the other end, Turkey, average age 24.9 is the average age for Turkey. They're the youngest team. 25.2, England. Second youngest team. That has got to be so exciting to Gareth Southgate. And don't forget that they've got some older players like, say, Henderson in there. If you take Henderson out of this squad, that average age really drops down again. So Yeah, England 25.2 is their average. You could also argue if you took out Bellingham, then the average age might go up a touch. But still, second youngest squad at this championship England have got. So it's a very, very exciting future that they have. I love that stat. That's really good. Where are we? Spain is young, 26.5 for Spain. Switzerland, 27. They're actually next to each other. Spain are the 5th youngest, and Switzerland is the 6th youngest. Right, let's click this open. I did just delete YouTube, which thankfully didn't shut the stream down. Could you imagine if you accidentally close YouTube, it actually shuts down the stream? But thankfully that didn't happen. Yeah, we are just moments away from the start of our first game. We've got 2 games today, as we said. Really looking forward to them. And this first one, can Switzerland do it again? They shocked the world the other day. Can they do it again? They're lined up, ready to walk out. And this should be a lot of fun. That is the Spain team. That is the Switzerland team. The US average age is 23, says Just Alex. That's very good as well. They obviously were very disappointing in their qualifying for the last World Cup, and they weren't there. They didn't appear. I think a World Cup is always... it always misses something whenever USA aren't there. I think USA are such a big nation. 300-odd million. They're really into their sports. And I just think that the World Cup definitely misses some if the US don't qualify. So I really hope you guys qualify for the next one. I don't know where you are, actually, the US, for the next World Cup. But I really, really hope you make that next one. Because I think a US side in the World Cup just really does bring even more eyes to football. And football deserves it, man. I think we've seen how brilliant this tournament has been. Not sure how great the next tournament's going to be, though, because obviously that's in Qatar, and it's a bit controversial. Qatar, of course, very, very hot country, and as a result, it's having to take place in the winter time over there. So it's a weird time. It's a bit controversial. Don't quite know how the tournament's going to go, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it's going to be as good as what we've seen from these Euros. Right, Anadors, shout out to you. Hope you are well. Can they do it without their captain? Well, they're going to be well prepared. I like the look of the team. I think they've got some really good players up front. I think they're going to be solid at the back. I think they're going to be hard to break down. That is a low block that they've got there. I mean, look at that. That's 7 defensively minded players. Zuber, of course, has done very well with his assists, but he'll get back and help defend. But Shaqiri is a little wizard on the ball. Seferovic is, didn't we say 5th for the most goals in this tournament? Mbolo is always someone to keep an eye out for as well. He is their number 7. I think this Swiss team could. It just depends how much have they got in their legs. What I expect is this Swiss team to allow Spain to have quite a lot of the ball. I think they're going to allow them and not press them that hard. Because I don't think this Swiss team are going to want to be running around the pitch, because this is another game that could go to extra time if they are able to keep Spain out. It's going to be hard to do. Spain will get chances. It's going to be a good game, though. Our first quarter-final coming up. United have extended Mata's contract by a year and signed Tom Heaton. Hadn't heard about Mata's contract extension. I don't mind it. He's not is a good motivational person to have around. He can do the odd things still, you know. I'm guessing for like when we play lower teams in FA Cup, or we play lower teams in can't remember the other cup, the League Cup. I don't think we're using it for Champions League or Premier League, but you know, you need a decent sized squad, don't you, to play certain games? And yeah, I could see Mata being used for those. So why not? Brings good experience. Good person to have around on the training pitch, and I think he does a lot behind the scenes. Days, who do you want to win this? Switzerland. Let's get rid of Spain, shall we? I'll take Switzerland in the final. England, Switzerland. I don't like Spain. I really don't like Spain. So 100%, if Switzerland could get rid of Spain for us, that would be fantastic. I pretty much watch every match thinking about England. So I'm just watching to see, can Switzerland do us a favour? Get rid of Spain, because that would be helpful. Moldy said, I'm looking forward to SmackDown. For the next weeks, we're going to see Roman Edge promo masterpiece. Do you know what? I had completely forgotten that SmackDown was tonight. I set it up last night, and I completely forgot today that we had that later. In my mind, it was just the 2 football streams. But we will be back, of course, doing SmackDown. I'm excited for the quarterfinals. It's going to be good, Hayden. It's going to be good. 2-1 Switzerland, says Bonkers. Get in your thoughts. Get in your scores. Yeah, no Xhaka for Switzerland is a big loss. I don't care what that Switzerland fan has to say. But I do think they're still going to be very, very difficult to beat, very difficult to break down. They'll never give up as well. We saw that against France. So they'll be really into this and up for this. I actually quite like this team that they've put out as well. And Sommer, what a goalkeeper he is. Made some fantastic saves, Jan Sommer. So they've got a great goalkeeper. I know that Spain have scored 10 in their last 2, but this is a Spain side that really struggled during the group stages. Didn't they draw against Poland or something? Spain. I know that was earlier in the tournament. Yeah, they played Poland. They played Poland, and I swear it was a draw. I'll have a look, actually, at Spain's results. Let's go over and have a look at fixtures and results. We're about to get started. Right. Group stage 1. So, Spain drew 0-0 with Sweden. They drew 0-0 with Sweden. They drew 1-1 with Poland. They actually drew their first 2 games, Spain did. Right, we are up and running. Yeah, Spain were drawing 3-3 against Croatia and had to get a couple of goals in extra time. They drew their first game and their second game. Their third game, they managed to win quite comfortably, 5-0 against Slovakia, but they needed to get that result. So they scored 5 against Slovakia, and then, of course, in the last round, scoring 5 against Croatia as well. So far at this tournament, Spain have won 2 and drawn 2. This is not going to be an easy game for them. Right, let's bring up the chat. There we go. Right, Switzerland are in red, and they're on the ball, and they're already close to Spain's penalty area. They were starting to edge their way closer. Spain are playing in white, and Switzerland really needed to do a little bit better there. Hello, Derek. Hope you are well. James said, I've been asleep for 2-3 hours. Good thing I woke up in time for the game. Right, ball over onto the right-hand side. So here come Spain. Ferran Torres, who's been absolutely brilliant for Spain. Great player. Going to see if my laptop works today after it froze yesterday. So Spain have got the ball in the midfield. Strong tackle there by Switzerland. Akanji. Graham said 3-1 Spain. I think Spain are starting to click now. Switzerland will miss Xhaka, which is a big loss. Some reckons 1-0 Switzerland, a goal in the last minute. Well, it's going to be very, very hard work for Spain. This, I really don't expect this to be a walk in the park for them. I think they are clicking, but they still lack that out-and-out striker. Their goals are coming from all over the place because they don't really have that out-and-out striker. They've got Morata, but it's not the same as having like a Lukaku or a Kane And so even though they're playing really well as a team and the goals are being shared around, I still think they're missing a big centre point. Punched away by Sommer. So ball cleared by Switzerland. Days, what crazy thing would you do if England win the Euros? I have no idea, buddy. No idea whatsoever. That's not something that has ever crossed my mind. I mean, I'd struggle to not be shaking. So I'm not sure I'd be able to do anything. Spain have got the ball. They're playing it forward into the midfield, passing it around. It's really hard. The camera is so far back. I feel like we're watching this game like a million miles away. I don't know why the camera's so far away. But you just cannot see the numbers of the players, so it's hard to see who's getting the ball. Playing it out to the left-hand side. We do have the stats that we can show now. Even these are out a little bit, and I don't know why. Right, ball rolls to no Spanish player, and it goes back to Sommer, the Swiss goalkeeper, who launches it out. It's not the best of clearances, in all fairness. WWE statement on the Patriot. Del Wilkes passing away. Yeah, that was sad news. Really sad news. So Spain have got the ball in and around the halfway line. You can see at the moment that possession is firmly with Spain. Let's switch these team bits of information around. Switzerland, 0-0. Spain. There we go. Boom. So we're set up. So Spain, 95% possession at the moment. But Switzerland do have the ball. We're already 5 minutes into this game. Only really one opportunity, which is where Switzerland were getting close to the Spanish penalty area. And Spain goes down. Here come Switzerland starting to build in the midfield, playing it out. Lovely switch of play. There's a man over here, and it does reach him. Goes back into the centre. Oh, bad first touch. Bad first touch. Switzerland in and around the Spanish penalty area, charging forward. We were starting to see some of those breaks that Switzerland are capable of. That looks offside. That looks well offside. Yeah, he's got to be offside. I think he knows he's offside. Why do they allow them to keep playing? What's the point? What's the point in them keep playing when everyone knows they're offside? Back in the day, it's just flagged as offside and that's it. But now they have to keep playing. Right, Spain switching it over to the left. We've got four defenders back for Switzerland, all in position. They're trying to keep their shape. Going out to the right-hand side. The one thing about this camera being a bit further back is you do get to see a lot more of the pitch. It's a lovely driving run there by Ferran. So, Spain have won a corner. Come on, Switzerland, says Hayden. This match is going to be boring, says Chloe. Well, it might be boring in regards to, like, the action, but I think it's going to be very interesting in regards to if Switzerland can keep Spain out. I think if Spain score, it could go on to be like an absolute Spain masterclass. If they score early, but nice shot. Oh, and it's gone in, and they have scored. Wow, it deviates in, and this is a big problem for Switzerland now. Switzerland went behind against oh, it's a corner that goes out. The shot comes in, and I don't know if this is going to be classed as an own goal. But Spain have scored. Yeah, I mean, look, ball goes out, edge of the box. He sticks out a leg, and that's going to be an own goal, surely. Oh, gut in. Look at that. What is it with own goals in this tournament? Own goals. There have been more own goals in this tournament than there have in all the other tournaments put together. If you add every Euros since 1960, there still haven't been as many own goals as what we've seen in this one tournament. It's incredible. Now, they've given it to Alba, but surely he's not going to get that. Surely he's not going to get that. They're saying the shot was on target, so it has been credited as being a Jordi Alba goal, so I don't know. I mean, obviously, they're not going to want it to be an own goal. Yeah, I mean, this is a big problem now. This is a big, big problem. Spain are going to win, says Diego. I got tickets for my first live Impact taping after their pay-per-view Slammiversary on July 18. I'm so stoked. It's my first event since January 2020. That's great, Heather. Have a great time. I'm sure that you will. That should be good. I don't know much about Impact. Heather, who are you looking forward to seeing? Is there anyone in particular? Maybe Kenny will be there. That would be good. Spain have scored. Let's go. Yep. Just Alex said the most anticlimactic goal in this tournament. There's no excitement. The stadia, I mean, like, we're in, I think, St Petersburg. I think we're in Russia for this. So, I don't know how many fans are there, to be honest. Obviously, with COVID, it's hard to know who can travel where. So, I don't know how many fans are there. I don't know how many Swiss fans are there, how many Spanish fans are there. I know, obviously, tomorrow there will be next to no English fans. It's going to be very strange to see. I mean, you're just expecting like a bounce in Wembley Stadium, but because it was just rocking. There's a brilliant clip of Harry Kane looking up as the crowd are singing "Sweet Caroline" by Neil Diamond, and he's got like tears in his eyes as he's looking around and just like taking it in. Wembley, with only 40,000, like half capacity, was absolutely rocking. Ball goes out to the left-hand side. Spain quickly moving it into the middle. They are looking irresistible, Spain. I mean, honestly, Spain could easily make the final. I think they've looked brilliant in all of their games. They just couldn't score in the first two. But they're so quick passing the ball. Really good with possession. But anyway, cut a long story short, yeah, it's going to be weird no England fans tomorrow. There'll definitely be something missing, but that's just another challenge for the team. Play the ball into the middle. Playing it forward. Ball goes back to the Spanish goalkeeper, Simon, who we saw make that error. Bad mistake by Simon in that last game. Thought that might have cost Spain. Still early, though. There's still plenty of time to go in this one, but you've got to say that this is not looking good at all. And do wonder if Switzerland kind of gave everything against France, and what have they got here? It's just hard, isn't it? Like, you have to play France, and then after France, you have to play Spain. It's just a really tough draw for Switzerland, this. Really tough draw. I mean, because after this, they'd have to play Belgium or Italy. I mean, it's like the worst of luck. England and Ukraine in Rome. I can't imagine there'll be many England fans living in Rome. I think even if like you're in countries around Rome, you can obviously travel there as long as you're on a green country and all of that. But I don't even think, let alone England fans living in Italy, I don't think there'll be too many living in other countries around Italy either. I'm not expecting many England fans. There'll be some. There'll be a small group somewhere cheering them on. But no one can go from England because you have to quarantine for 5 days, so you wouldn't make the match. Spain have got the ball in their defence at the moment, switching the play over, but intercepted by Switzerland. Lovely play coming into the centre. Ball comes across, but great defending by Spain. Great defending. And Switzerland will get chances. They will get chances. They are a solid side, but they really are going to have to take these chances. I lived in Spain for 8 years. I don't live there anymore, but I always support both of my countries, says Angelo. Supreme says Spain for the win. Diego says England versus Ukraine. England will win. The Gamer DNA says I'm rooting for both teams. At Wisconsin Badgers football games, we sing Sweet Caroline. Well, they actually had Neil Diamond on one of the breakfast shows asking him what he thought. So he was interviewed, and he said like it was an absolute honour, and he loved watching the clip of the England fans singing it. So it's kind of become a bit of an unofficial anthem, Sweet Caroline. Sweet, because I think it's the lyrics, isn't it? I mean, it's a great tune anyway, but like Sweet Caroline, good times never seemed so good. It's a good line. I'd like to see Kenny if I could, but I want to see Willie Mack or Rich Swan. Very cool. Right. Corner to Spain. We deep dive to Watermelon Pool tonight, says Chloe. Denmark is so watermelon, I'm rooting for them. Yeah, totally. I agree. Denmark are so watermelon, guys. I've been saying this all tournament. They're the most watermelon team. Not like Spain. They are grapefruit. Totes grapefruit. That looked offside. Played it back. Doesn't matter. Switzerland have got the ball. Spain have won it back, though. Right in front of the penalty area. You can't be giving the ball away there. And referee has blown for a foul right on the edge of Switzerland's penalty area. Yeah, this is going to be a free kick to Spain 16 minutes in. And I don't know, I'm just sensing a massacre here. I really am. I think Switzerland are a bit tired. They'll get chances, but to be a goal down so early, this could be trouble. There is at least 50 capacity in the stadium for this game, which is 30,000. God, it seems quiet. Are we sure? That doesn't look 50% to me. I can believe it, because you'd think UEFA would want 50% for this round. Ball just goes over. But it looks really empty. It might be. It might have meant to have been 50%, but perhaps they didn't sell the tickets. Perhaps because of COVID, like they just couldn't get the people in or something. I don't know. You'd think the Russians want to watch this. It's big, big. That is empty. I wouldn't say that was 50%. I'd say that's probably like... I'd love to know what the official is. What the attendance actually is. But it seems very quiet. It seems very quiet. Someone's got the ball. This could be a case of Spartans and the Persians. Totally. Misflirt one. Totally. 10 own goals for the tournament at this point, says Ryan. James Chadwick said Days Arsenal women have signed Nikita Paris from Lyon for a record fee. I don't really know much about women's football. I think I know her. She plays for England. But I don't really know much more than that. I hope they're happy. I hope Arsenal are happy, and I hope that she is happy, and I hope that Lyon are happy. That's my hope. Right, Simon has just taken a very short kick, passed it to the Spanish defender who plays it back. It's really hard to see who the players are. Really, I cannot make out the numbers at all. Ooh, Spain living a bit of a charmed life there. Passing it around their defence, and they've given the ball away to Switzerland. See, that's the risk that you run when you pass the ball around in your defence. Always makes me nervous when England do it. But it is sloppy. That is sloppy from Spain. They've got a mistake in them, Spain. They've definitely got a mistake in them. And they've given away a corner there. Out of nothing. Giving away a corner. Silly Pau Torres. Days knows a lot about women, but not women's football. It's very true. It is very true. Both of those things are true. I hope you're doing okay. I'm worried about tomorrow's than I am for Tuesday. Well, I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm excited because I think we've got a great opportunity. I wish it was at Wembley, but you know, not every match can be. So we've got to play one game in this tournament, not at Wembley. And if you're going to play one game, you would want it to be against someone like Ukraine. Do you know what I mean? At least it's not Germany away from Wembley. So, listen, I was talking earlier about how much preparation England have been doing and some of the stuff that's gone on behind the scenes. And I feel very comfortable. Very cool, calm, relaxed, comfortable. I think England are as well prepared as they can be. And if they go out, they go out. This is football at the end of the day. Things happen. Do you know what I mean? We've all seen UFC and boxing where underdogs win and whatever. Like, it absolutely could happen. Absolutely, 100% could happen. England could absolutely get beaten tomorrow. We'll always have Germany, eh? We'll always have... If that happens, we've still got that Germany. We can still go back and watch the highlights of that Germany game. They're played daily in this house, let me tell you. Ball whipped across by Spain across the Switzerland penalty area, but no one could get on the end of it for Spain. Ball bouncing around the Spanish half now as it's been cleared, and Switzerland have managed to get the ball. There's still only one behind Switzerland. I mean, if we look at the percentage, it's like 79%. Oh, onside, offside. Might have been off there, Seferinovic. I think the Euro finals is going to be Spain-England. I think it'll be England or Denmark that get through to the final. I think that England-Denmark at Wembley is going to be a hell of a game. I'd like to think that England could do it, but we got to get past the Ukraine first. I completely agree. We cannot overlook our next opponents. I suppose we can as fans. Just need to make sure that the English team don't, and they absolutely haven't. So, yeah, I think there's I think England stand a great chance getting to the final, and Mbolo's coming off. So Mbolo, who tried to win that corner and did win that corner, trying to win the ball back, he's picked up an injury doing it, and Mbolo has been substituted off. That's a loss for Switzerland. That is a loss for Switzerland. This is kind of cruel on Switzerland, making them play all these big teams and making them do it without one of their best players. And now one of their other good players has just got injured. It's like everything is going against them right now. Everything is going against them. So, yeah, I feel all right for tomorrow. I feel all right. I'm nowhere near as nervous for tomorrow as I was for the Germany game. Nowhere near. Cool, calm, collected. I like how both my countries are still in. My countries are Spain and Belgium. I hope one of them go to the finals. I think there's a good chance of that. I could see Spain winning this, but I think there's a good chance Italy win. And then I think it'll come down to Spain or Italy. And honestly, either of them. What a game that'll be. Spain and Italy. The goal has now been given to Zakaria as an own goal. Thank you, Lauren. I did think they would do that, to be honest. But I appreciate you confirming it. And Lauren, I'm not even checking. Look at me. Not even checking. You've told me, and I believe you. That's the trust that we have now. Ball whipped into the centre, cleared. That's some really good defending by Switzerland. Eveldi. Yeah, look at that. You got to get that right, let me tell you. Otherwise, that'd be another one that's going in your own net. So, having to really focus, really work hard. Tell you what, whilst it's still 1-0, it was still all right. I still don't feel brilliant for Switzerland. I think 0-0 was really important. Because they're going to have to get a goal. But, ooh, well done, Sommer. Well done, Sommer. It was right at him, but he still had to do really well to grab it and react. He caught it as well. I'm nervous about tomorrow, says Hayden. It's going to be all right, Hayden. Oh, my God. Look at passes completed. Switzerland have completed 40 passes during this game. Spain, over 200. It's insane. 80% possession for Spain. I thought they'd have 65. It's 80. 80. You're good today, but tomorrow you'll lose your voice. Oh, I'll lose my voice tomorrow, absolutely. I'll be a mess tomorrow. There's actually only the one stream tomorrow, so I've decided what we're going to do. Is we're going to do... It's all set up for England, but we will, of course, be watching Denmark, Czech Republic. Of course. So we'll have that on, but I'm not going to do it as a separate stream. Just because there's a chance that game could run over. And if it runs over, that means we'll be starting the England stream like half an hour before the game. And I definitely don't want that. So it just makes sense to do the one stream tomorrow. We're going to start nice and early. We'll do the Czech Republic-Denmark game. We'll go, whatever happens, we're here. You know, we're ready for the England game. And we switch over. The England game is the later game tomorrow. It kicks off at 8 o'clock. But if that Denmark-Czech Republic game goes to penalties, we will have next to no time to set up for the England game. So I looked at it and I was like, nah, just can't take that risk. So massive, massive day tomorrow. Absolutely huge. Excited. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I agree with Espasit earlier, who said we'll ride that momentum. I'm riding the momentum. I'm like, we beat Germany. I kind of feel like we can do anything. So, yeah, I think there's a real momentum, real hope, real optimism. Like the good vibes just coursing through that England side right now. If you could bottle it, if you could bottle what that England team must be feeling right now, you'd be a very rich person. Switzerland player just trying to win the ball, and his studs were up, and this Spanish player has gone down. We've got Spanish guy with a drum. Is there a UFC show tomorrow that isn't? No. No, UFC have got a week off because not this weekend, but next weekend. So a week tomorrow, Conor McGregor takes on Dustin Poirier 3. Maybe the biggest stream of the year. Maybe the biggest stream of the year. I mean, we are here for it. We are here, and we will be fully prepared. The research that I'm doing for that is going to be next level. Absolutely huge. So, yeah, so excited for that. I really think Conor could win it. I think Poirier did really well. He had a great game plan. He targeted the lead leg. He won that fight because Conor's leg gave up on him, and he just became a sitting duck then. And I don't think you'll be able to do that in this. It's going to be so interesting to see how Conor is going to defend against the leg kicks. You know, that's what I love about this fight is there's definitely a path to victory for Poirier, but his path to victory, I think, is going to be taken away because I think Conor will change his stance. But how is Conor going to look using a different stance? We're so used to seeing him with that wide karate stance. What's he going to look like using a different stance? Will he be as effective? What can he do? So many questions. It's a fantastic fight. But this is a problem that Conor's going to have in all of his future fights. Now people know that when Conor's got that wide karate stance, you just attack the lead leg. And honestly, I don't know why people haven't been doing it in the past. It's been a very obvious target. I think the truth is that Conor's been getting people out of there and finishing them before they've been able to really do that leg any damage. And Poirier had to weather a storm, man. I thought Poirier was going to lose in the first round of that last fight. So there's loads we can talk about with it. Loads and loads and loads, but really excited for it. And it's about a week away. We're almost half an hour into this game as well. Feels like it's been going about half an hour, maybe even longer. I think it's because of the early goal. So I kind of feel like Spain scored in the 8th minute, and it has, they're just confirming, it has now been credited as an own goal. So unfortunately for all of you that had Alba as in your fantasy team, he doesn't get the goal points. He'll still pick up the assist points, though. And he's still currently picking up clean sheet points, so good player to have in your side. But, yeah, we're only about 15 minutes away from half-time. And it's just very comfortable, this, for Spain. Very comfortable. They're just playing the ball, passing it around. They just pass you to death, don't they? They keep the ball just constantly passing, playing with a good intensity. But that possession and that passing, it doesn't reap like big rewards. It can do, but I mean, look at this. They've had 79% possession. They've over, well, probably 300 passes now that they've completed, and it's still 1-0, and it's an own goal. It's still 1-0, and that was an own goal. So, even though they're really attractive to look at, you have to question how effective this play is. It's a bit like me. Very attractive to look at, but is it effective? Is it actually any good? I mean, it is exactly these streams. Spain are basically these streams. Ball played into the centre for Switzerland, into the midfield. Switzerland on the ball, just being smothered by Spanish players who are able to get the ball back. They have to have the ball, Spain. They have to have the ball. If they don't have the ball, I think they just panic. I don't know what Spain would be like without the ball. They're just a passing machine. It's like they're set up to pass. They want the ball just so that they can pass it. Did you check out the new Elite 87? You'll love the Otis. Yeah, I think we did, actually, on the stream. It was good. I like the basic of the Otis as well. I thought the basic with the small T-shirt, I thought was really good. Yeah, we did. He's got the case, the little carry case with the hams in, hasn't he? Yeah, we looked at it on the Raw stream. I'm going to buy a Grealish away shirt at the weekend. Hopefully it comes in lucky. Nathaniel, shout out to you. Appreciate the kind words. Hey, here's Switzerland on the edge of the Spanish penalty area. Trying to curl a shot in. The ball bounces off the wall. It's kept in, whipped across, and bounces off Alba. Goes out for a corner. So Switzerland not able to get the ball in. Constantly trying to whip it in, but bouncing off Spanish defenders. Well defended. Goes out for a corner. Here's Shaqiri. Going to look to whip it in, and it would be great if Switzerland could get something from this. We'd have a great game on our hands for the second half then. Ball comes in. Put over. That's disappointing. He did connect, but it was put well over. Have you booked your vaccines yet? Do you know I haven't? I meant to do it for the rest days. I think what I'll do is I'll book it for after the tournament's done. Well, actually, let me have a look at the rest days. When are the rest days? There's 3 days in a row, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. So I think I'll book it for then. I actually don't know. I don't know how long you have to wait, to be honest. Yeah, surely if I book it for like next week, I should be able to get in, shouldn't I? 8th, 9th, 10th. I'll go for one of them. I'll do that later, actually. I keep meaning to do that. It keeps slipping my mind. Again, let me stress, I have no problems with the vaccine at all. I want to get it. I just been waiting for the Euros to kind of settle down a little. And we're kind of there now, in all fairness. We're kind of there. Ball into the middle. Another corner by Switzerland. What did the man who liked fruit say to his girlfriend when she wanted to run away and get married? Cantaloupe. I don't know that many people are going to know about eloping and what that actually means. So I think, James, that's hilarious. I think it's hilarious, but there's going to be people that might struggle with that one. All I'm going to say is do better. Do better. Days, you should book them. Dates are being taken up. Yeah, I know. It's one of them. It's one of them. It keeps slipping my mind, and I keep making notes. But the problem is I've got 2 notepads. Well, I've got more than 2 notepads, actually. I'm surrounded by notepads because I constantly need paper for, jotting bits down, working out prediction games, or just loads of different things that I have to do. Like UFC prep, or jotting down stuff for like bits of news to mention during wrestling shows, or I just got like notepads everywhere. I've even created my own UFC book. I'm going to show you my UFC book. I've even created it. I'm so tired of making notes and then having to try and find notes. I've got all my old notes together, look, in and put a little bit of string around them. So now I've got like loads of old UFC notes. And what I did, this is how boring my life is. I actually sat down and I've written down each page and what fighter is on what page. So if I want to find some notes on someone, I can just turn to that page and find what I wrote about them. So I've got all, like, my old notes. These aren't all of them. I'd say this is about 1/10, maybe even 1/20th. So I need to add even more to this. But yeah, this is the kind of paperwork that I have just lying around. Just notes after notes after notes. I mean, I've got, like, paper here, just in front of me. I don't even know what's on these. That's, like, prediction game stuff, and I mean, look at all this. It's just paper absolutely everywhere. So the problem is, I make a note about an appointment. Good luck finding it. Good luck finding it. Long kick by Sommer. Days, if you was to publish that, it would be worth millions. It'd be really interesting, actually, because it actually breaks down every fighter, their strengths and their weaknesses. And because I've watched fighters a few times, like, I can go... I mean, I can try and give you a quick example. Ball goes out to here's Switzerland. Let's just keep an eye on this. Looking to try and whip the ball in. It goes out for, I think it goes out for a corner. So, Swiss corner. So, I've got, let me just pick someone at random. Dolby, page 18. Dolby, page 18. There we go. Page 18, Nicholas Dolby, right there. So, could be fight of the night. So, if I want information on Dolby, boom, there we go. And if they've fought more than once, then they'll probably be in here, and I can just turn to whatever page. Should we do one more? Just one quick one. Adesanya. How about Adesanya? He's a big name, isn't he? Adesanya, page 82. Page 82 for Adesanya. 82. There's my notes for Adesanya versus Costa. Isn't it mental? It's just mental. Do you know how long that took me to do as well? To, like, jot all that down. It was insane. I just want to have friends and go to pubs. Right, Switzerland had a corner, but they couldn't do anything with it, and we're coming to the 40th minute point now. So almost 40 minutes have gone. I burn my notes after I'm done with them. Do you know what? I used to do that. As soon as I'm done with my notes, I used to throw them away. And then I very quickly realised, hang on, I'm making notes about what these fighters are like and how they fight and how they do and what their win streaks are. And then I'm throwing them away. Why am I doing that? 1-on-1. Oh, goes down. He's going to give a penalty. No. No, it was well offside. Yeah, I mean, he got all the way to the penalty area. It's so silly. Why do they let them play on? If he's offside, he's offside. Right, 41 minutes have gone. Yeah, so anyway, I don't throw them away now. You and I are both old school. You could probably put that in your notes of your phone. Well, yes. I did actually start trying to transfer it over. So what I did start doing was I started putting it into my phone. And I started writing down for each one. But then I very quickly realised, why the flip am I doing that? Why am I actually rewriting it when it's already here? So really what I should do is whenever I make my notes, I should just put them into my phone anyway. But I don't. I always use paper, pen and paper. Boomer? I'm a boomer, guys. It's just another example of how much of a boomer I am. I'm a boomer. Switzerland have got the ball in their defence. There's 3 minutes to go. They're playing it forward, and Spain must be panicking right now because they don't have the ball, and they haven't had the ball for at least a minute. So I should imagine there's a lot of confusion going on in that Spanish team, trying to figure out what's happening. What is this? Ball is played forward, and there's absolutely no one there. Not great at all. Switzerland really needed to make one of them corners count. They are unlucky to be behind. The only thing I would say about this Spanish team is that they're still not finishing, well, really creating that much. And certainly not finishing much. I mean, really, what opportunities have Spain created in this half? They've had the goal, but that was heavily deflected and has now been credited as an own goal. I would struggle to remember another good opportunity they had apart from the one that Sommer caught. Like, that's it. I think they're the only 2 shots they've had on target, Spain. Yet they've had, 73% of the possession? I do like Spain. I think they're a very good team, and they keep the ball really well, but they just don't do enough with it. But what they do have is the ability to do something with it. They do have the ability to turn it on. You know, if they can break you through, because like once they're up and running, once things are clicking, they are absolutely irresistible. We've seen them score 10 in their last 2 games. KO Sammy IC title. Days is a boomer, says Seth. That is confirmed. That is absolutely confirmed. Are you a boomer? I'm Gen X. I'm a boomer. Former quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals, S. Siason. He is the ultimate boomer. No, I'm more boomer than he is. I actually taught him how to be a boomer. That's how much of a boomer I am. I give boomer lessons. I run boomer school. Seth Rollins is here, confirmed. There's nothing wrong with being a boomer, despite what the internet says. I love it. I love it. I'm trying to recruit. Switzerland have got the ball, just passing it around their defence. This feels like it's going to be 1-0 half-time. I mean, there's not really much forward play here from Switzerland. They're just keeping the ball. They're trying to be Spain. Ah, bless. Look at them. Look at them. Trying to be Spain. Ah. Playing it forward, but Spain get it back. You can't out-Spain Spain. How dare you try to out-Spain Spain? Although saying that was a bad foul. Bad foul, so it's a free kick to Switzerland. Days, did you know that Riddle and Priest went to Burger King for lunch a few days after Raw? Whoa. Whoa. Into the middle. Yep. So the commentator says that Switzerland are going to need to give us much more than that if they're going to get level here. Because that free kick was really wasted. They don't seem to have much creativity, Switzerland. Don't seem to have much going forward. I think losing a Bolo was a problem. Nice ball to the left-hand side. Spain starting to break forward. Into the penalty area. Nice tackle. Great tackle. Switzerland on the ball. Looking to clear. Long punt into the middle of the park. And that is it for the first half. That is it for the first half. It's ended 1-0 to Spain thanks to an 8-minute own goal. So really looked and thought that the floodgates are about to open. Really thought that was it. Spain would be up and running. But for all their possession, for all their dominance, you really can't say they've done a great deal with it. Really don't think that they have really stamped their authority on this game, to be honest. So I think they've been a little bit underwhelming, Spain. I mean, brilliant possession, passing the ball around like an absolute dream. Passes completed and possession. I mean, no one's beaten Spain for that. But they're not creating anything with it. It's just going around the midfield. And then it'll go up to the edge of the penalty area. Switzerland will win it back, and that's it. End of the attack. The whole build-up play was pointless. So, I mean, you do think that it could click and they could become quite irresistible. They do have that ability, but so far, not good enough. So far, I've got to say, I think against a well-disciplined, motivated Italian side, I think Italy beats Spain right now. Swiss will definitely have to take more chances in the second half if they want to equalise. Bonkers said, I would have put Goranovic on. Alba scored 8th minute, wasn't an own goal. It's been credited as an own goal now. They changed it. Days, can you download Buffon's Bakery Battle? They just added a new cake launcher. They added a crate where you can get different kinds of fruit topping. Well, that sounds nice. When you say Buffon's Bakery Battle, are you talking about the legendary goalkeeper, Buffon? Because I'll definitely download it if so. Retribution said, Days, there's apparently a conspiracy. Conspiracy. Oh my God, guys, we've got a conspiracy. Against England from UEFA, as they have appointed all German officials for our match against the Ukraine. All nations of the country we just knocked out. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's a conspiracy. They're gonna absolutely cheat us out of these Euros. The Germans always find a way to win, don't they? Even if you knock them out, they're still around. Apparently there was meant to be other officials, but those officials put down some little towels, and they said that they were definitely here first. So what are you meant to do? What are you meant to do? They put down their towels, and they said, no, we're the officials for this one. So they are officiating. Well, we'll see. Hopefully England are so good that it's not going to come down. Even the officials won't be able to take it away from England, hopefully. Hopefully. Days, I'm looking forward to England-Ukraine. So am I. WWE Otis now looks like Chubby from Teen Wolf. I don't know who that is. I've never seen Chubby. Yeah, shout out to you, Retribution. Shout out to you. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Swiss will have to take more chances. Spain's left back scored. Oh, we answered that one. Yeah, so I think that Switzerland have done really well to stay in the game, but in all fairness, they've not had to work too hard. Spain just haven't offered as much going forward as what we would have liked to have seen. Be interesting to see what gets said at halftime, and be interesting to see if Spain come out with a bit more kind of urgency. They play the ball around from side to side. They're very patient in their build-up, but their forward play when they're trying to get in and around the penalty area, it's just lacking. So if they can improve in that area, if they can actually start getting some chances going, then they will be dangerous. They will be very, very dangerous. And Switzerland are going to have to come out and go for it, 'cause they've got to get that goal. So they're going to leave space. So yeah, I'm up for this. Fingers crossed. Hayden said, I hope the second half is going to be interesting. So do I. So do I. Right. Ping this over. So we've got around about 10 minutes to go till we go to this second half. Of course, the big main event today is going to be that Belgium-Italy game. I am expecting Italy to win that. I think Spain win this. I think we get Italy versus Spain. I'm saying right now, Italy into the final. Italy into the final. Google has it as an Albert scored no own goal. It's an own goal, Adam. I don't know how else to say it. They're showing it on screen right now, and the graphic came up saying own goal. And these pictures are coming direct from UEFA. So I'm going to believe UEFA over Google, because what did Google know? Nothing. What information does Google have? It has nothing. So I think that Google has delivered you fake news. Fake news. Where is it streaming for free? Well, it depends what country you're in. I mean, I think it's on normal channels, to be honest. I mean, here in the UK, I'm watching it on ITV. I don't know what channel it's on in America, but this is being shown on normal channels around the world. And it's not been the most exciting of games, in all fairness, but Spain has been a pleasure to watch them passing the ball around. They are just a well-oiled machine, and it's a machine that seems to want to pass. It just wants to pass. It's built to pass. It needs to pass. They've got always got options, Spain. Always got several options that they can play the ball to. But they just don't have a way of moving forwards. I mean, we're just watching like some of the passing that they're doing, and the ball will go into the midfield, and then it'll just end up coming back to the defender. There's not really anyone further forward for them to play it onto. They sort of play in front of the Switzerland defence rather than try to penetrate the Switzerland defence. It's on ESPN in the States, says Retribution. Heather said, so the Italy game immediately follows this. Shoot, Italy is my team in this tournament. Heather, you've spelt England wrong. You've spelt England. You've spelt England Italy, which is I've never seen England spelt that way before. So yeah, you might want to just, I don't know, perhaps it's we all slip up sometimes, make the odd little mistake, and maybe you've just done that. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that was meant to read England is my team in this tournament. Swiss need to take some chances. Second half games in the US have been on ESPN and ABC. David said, OMG days. Have you seen the officials? England, Ukraine, referee, German. Assistant refs are German. The 4 video refs are German. Yeah, Retribution just said, David. Yeah, just found out about it. We said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They're not going to have any bad feelings towards us, It's all going to be fine, I'm sure. We'll see. We'll see. I suppose I did spell England wrong, says Heather. Days, if Italy beats Belgium, will they become the number 1 in the world? How does the rankings work? It doesn't work that way. So if you beat every game that you win in a tournament gets you points, but I don't quite know how the points are worked out in truth. But I know that when it comes to winning competitive games, so be it a qualifying match, be it a group stage match, be it a knockout round, you get points. And I think where you finish in the tournament gets you points as well. So, like, the further that you go in a tournament, the more points you get. And England, obviously, are 4th in the world, and that's largely down to the fact that they got to the semi-final of the World Cup in 2018. If they hadn't have got to that semi-final, then they wouldn't be ranked 4th. So a lot of it comes down to, well, nearly all of it comes down to your performances in the tournaments. So all these teams that are still in, it's going to massively boost their rankings. So if Italy beats Belgium, they don't become the number 1 team. It's not like the WWE Championship. It's not like the belt is handed over. We've beaten them. We're now number 1. It's all done on points. In fact, it's a really good question. So I can have a look at the points. We'll have a look at the points. So let's have a look. FIFA ranking. Belgium, 1,780 points. Again, I don't know what that means. I don't know how you get points. It's never been something that I've really understood. Like, how many points do you get for a win? I know you get, like, normally 3 points for a win in a league season, but it doesn't work that way when it comes to the rankings. But Belgium, 1,780 points. France, 1,755. You'd have to think that France are in danger of slipping now from second. I mean, they've just gone out in the round of 16. So a lot of these teams are quite close. I think there's a chance that France do slip from second. But I don't know who could beat Belgium. I mean, England, 1,670. They're 120 behind Belgium. So if Belgium go out, say England win it. Say England do win it, right? And Belgium go out later today. Would that mean England get 120 more points than Belgium? Would that mean England become number one? I don't know. I doubt it because Brazil are third. So, and I don't know how Brazil are doing in the Copa America. So, we've always got them that we're having to deal with. But if we do look, Spain are sixth. Spain are 2 places behind England there, but only by 25 points. 25 points. That's it. They're behind England. We've got Argent. So the top 10 right now, according to this, Italy. Hang on. Is this right? Month 2. Hang on. Let's have a look. Let me just make sure that this is... Let's go to the FIFA one. That was something called Soccer Ways. Yeah, okay. It's about the same. So we've got Denmark at 10, Uruguay at 9, Argentina at 8, Italy at 7, Spain at 6, Portugal at 5, England at 4, Brazil at 3, France at 2, Belgium at 1. And yeah, the difference between points is not that much. It's about 100 points between England and Belgium. So England need 100 points to get to number 1. But I don't quite know how the points work. So Italy, where are they? They are 7th. They've got 1,642. Belgium have got 1,783. So there's 140 odd points, difference. I could research how points work and how many points you get for a win and all that, but I think it'll be dull. And I think it'll be complicated. So I'm not going to do it. Just know that's how it works. Deal? Deal. Well, there we go. There's a bit of information about how points work. This looks like Buxton from Pee-wee's Big Adventure, says Ryan. Hayden said, I hope you guys are well. I hope you are well. Haven't Italy gone from 7th to 4th since this has started? No, I don't believe so. They might have gone from 7th to 4th, like, favourite. In like the odds, the bookies' odds of who's going to win. That would sound about right. But no, the table won't have been updated, I don't think, whilst the tournament's been happening. I don't think they update it like each day or anything. Good morning, Johnny. Hope you are well. Brazil versus Chile later today. Gary said he's still got his wild card. Badger and Bournemouth said, did you play your wild card days? Days responds with a yes. I did. I played it. I gambled. I thought I needed a gamble. I needed to roll the dice. And so that's exactly what I did. And I don't regret it. It is going to make the next rounds a little tricky, in all fairness, because obviously if there are any upsets, if teams do get knocked out, and I've got a lot of their players, then I've got no more chips to play. But Yeah, I played the wild card. For all the wrestling fans, Switzerland beating France is like James Ellsworth beating Roman Reigns. I'm ordering fish and chips from Mother Hubbard's. Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what Mother Hubbard's is. I've heard of Harry. Is it Harry Ramsden's? That's probably the only fish shop I know. Nice strike. Summer saves. Sounds nice though. I've still not had dinner myself, and I won't be able to have dinner until after the second game, of course. So, not to worry though. Not to worry. Rick E, shout out to you. Flame Gamma, nice name. Says Switzerland might make a comeback. They might make a comeback, absolutely. Nice shot, though, by Spain to start off the second half. Not the most gripping of games, this one, so far. But still, first half done. We're into the second half now, and this is the business end. It's now or never for Switzerland. Ball to the back post. And that was a nice little ball in. Went to the back post, and Spain had to deal with it. Definitely had to deal with it. And headed away by Elba, I think that is. So it's a Switzerland corner. Be good if they could get a goal here. Be really good if they could get a goal. Might not be good for my fantasy team, but it'd be good all the same. Ball whipped into the centre and goes back easily to Simon. And Spain are breaking. Lovely ball switched over to the right-hand side. Spain are just so comfortable on the ball, aren't they? Like, they're just so comfortable. They don't rush. They're a bit pedestrian, Spain. I remember there's a Simpsons bit where they take the mick out of soccer. I think, don't they go to a soccer game and there's just a team that's just passing it back and forth like this? And it's just like the game looks really boring as the players are just passing it back and forth between themselves. And it's just the Simpsons making fun out of soccer. Like, I feel that team in the Simpsons, that's Spain. That's Spain. Spain just passing it back and forth and not creating a great deal. Although they have managed to get into the Switzerland penalty area, but they absolutely fluff it. And the ball gets cleared. Days, you muppet! It's not time for dinner. It's time for lunch. I don't know what it's breakfast for me, actually. I only got up about 40 minutes, 50 minutes for the stream. Quickly walked the dog. So quick. We literally went up and down the road. But I wanted to make sure that she went out. So quickly walked the dog, and then, yeah, boom, here we are. So it would be thrilling if the match repeats like France-Switzerland. It would. Who do you think's winning this game? Oh, well, I think Spain are dominating. Spain are dominating, but they've not created much. And Switzerland are not hanging on. They're doing all right, Switzerland. I think they're doing better than maybe what people were expecting. But still, I think we've had, is it 1 or 2 shots on target? Because we had the goal and well, 3 actually, isn't it? Because we just had one that Summer had to get down low to save. And that's headed over. It's me, the drip god, Seth Rollins. Shout out to you. I think that Spain are winning, but the thing about this game is that it could absolutely go any way. Because it's still only 1-0. Like, Switzerland can easily get back into this. Easily get back into this. And they're starting to move forward, play a ball out to the left-hand side. Controls the ball, brings it down. It's Shaqiri. He's just an absolute little tank, isn't he? What a tank he is. It's like Shaqiri, the tank engine. Again, asking for the ball. Are they going to switch it over? He's relatively free. Ball bounces out. Looks like Switzerland are going to have a throw. They're trying here, the Swiss. They're trying. Oh, I never even mentioned that. There was a famous fan that was shown. He was like, oh, he was doing all this. Switzerland. He's been given tickets to this game for free. He's been given a free holiday as well. He was like, oh, they showed him. And he's quite famous in Switzerland as he was going through the emotion and the drama of that game against France. And he's managed to get a free holiday out of it. I'm really pleased for him. I remember him. I wonder if I can find a picture of him. I know people might not care. I care. Credit to the real heroes of this tournament, the fans. The fans. Swiss fan holiday. Ball into the side net him. There, that was him. I didn't realise he'd took his shirt off, actually. Guys, I'm going to show you some nudity. I didn't realise that this dude had took his shirt off. I didn't see him again. I only saw the one image. But there's 2 images of him here. But apparently, like, he's a national hero in Switzerland now. And so they tracked him down and they've given him, like, a free holiday. He can go, apparently, he can go anywhere in Europe. That's all right, isn't it? He can go anywhere in Europe. Let's click on that dude. I remember him on the left. I remember seeing him on the left. But I don't remember him on the right. And do you know what? I think there's only... Looking at that, are they from different games or what? I don't know. They're either from different games or they're like a minute, 2 minutes apart or something. There must be different games. They must be from different games. But I remember seeing him on the left. I don't remember him shirtless going, ah! But, yeah, he's been given free tickets to the quarterfinal. So he'll be at this game. I think his travel might have been paid for. And he can have a holiday anywhere in Europe. Just for showing that fair play, man. Fair play. That's what the tournament's all about, innit? It's for the fans. And he is living his best life, isn't he, eh? He is living his best life. I should imagine right now he's feeling like he is on the left. I should imagine we've got a lot of them reactions. I'd also imagine the cameras are probably looking for him. Like in the stands or whatever. Chris says free the nipples. Yeah, we can confirm that dude is definitely not a Mattel action figure. There's another one here. There's another picture of him. They must love him. They just keep showing different pictures of him. Got another one. They love that Spanish drummer as well. They've shown him a few times. I don't know what it is, but... Don't know what it is about his, he's got one of them going, hasn't he? Brilliant. Passion. Love to see it. Fair play. He is Mr. Switzerland. He's basically Cesaro's spirit animal. Nice clearance by Spain, and Switzerland are... That's exactly how he's feeling right now. That is exactly how he's feeling. Switzerland have got a corner and they take it quick. Edge of the area, whipped in, headed clear. They've won another corner. Another corner for the Swiss. So, working hard, chipping away. They're getting a few opportunities now. They've certainly enjoyed a few corners. Here we go, come on. Get it on target. Oh! Just bounces wide. Just. Oh! Look at it. Oh! Just needed to be like a foot. Just needed to be a foot. Oh, man. What did I say? Get it on target, you idiot. That is just what... He should go in the Thunderdome. He'd be brilliant. He'd be brilliant in the Thunderdome. Right, nice throw by Switzerland. They're going to take it again? Oh, no, it's Spain throw. Today, it's SmackDown. If Switzerland win, then Cesaro, Sheamus will have a party. So close. Miss Can One, shout out to you. Retribution said they changed the name of the shop. It's now called Captain Haddock's, formerly known as Mother Hubbard's. Oh. Nice ball on the left-hand side. Switzerland, but Simon comes to claim. We've got just over half an hour to go, about 33 minutes or so. I'm pretty sure Spain are winning this game. It'll be England-Belgium in the final. It's so cringe that there are more own goals than goals England have scored. Listen, England fans don't care, don't give a tuppence. Means nothing to England fans. That victory over Germany just was everything. Guys, you muppets. Sheamus is on Raw. K.I. Raul says, I've got Italy winning 3-1. It's going to be so interesting to see the Belgium team. Want to know, is Hazard playing? Is De Bruyne playing? You think that De Bruyne's really important for them. They just seem to lax him up when he wasn't playing. They seem to struggle a little in their first game, and then they couldn't score in the second, and then they had to bring him off the bench, and he unlocked. I can't remember who they played in their second game. It was Denmark. A tough little game now on reflection. A tough game on reflection, but De Bruyne came off and unlocked Denmark. But you're going to need something like that to get past Denmark. Ball whipped in. Oof. Goes out for a corner. So Spain just having a little glance at goal. Yeah, it does bounce off Stefanovic. Days, is England still in, bro? They are, bro, yeah. They are still in. They play tomorrow, bro. Against the Ukraine. In Rome. With next to no England fans around. Ball played into the centre. Spain passing it around. Looking to try and find a way forward, and they end up just playing it out. It's a goal kick. Legend Killer says, let's go England. Every time Days says soccer, I cringe so hard. Soccer. It didn't bother me. It makes no... I'm not someone that cares if you call it soccer or football or whatever you call it. I just don't care. Soccer. I've grown up with the word soccer as well. No, I mean Pro Evolution Soccer. Do you know what I mean? PES. I used to... I got some of those. I remember when FIFA was around, I used to play the early FIFAs, FIFA 94, FIFA 95. But then people used to say PES was a better game. So I bought PES for a couple of years. And it was good. And then it all started getting a bit too complicated. I kind of feel like FIFA now, it's too complicated. I couldn't. Do you know you can get FIFA for dirt cheap right now? Let me tell you how much it is, actually. This is not sponsored by FIFA, but I know you lot, you like a bargain, don't you? You like a bargain. FIFA 21 game. FIFA 21, right now, you can get it $17.99 for the PS4. $17.99 for the PS4. And I know what a lot of you are saying. You're like, yo, I haven't got a PS4. I've got a PS5 because I've got millions of pounds and I managed to get one. Well, you can get it for $24.99 on the PS5. What? What? A PS5 game for £25. But yeah, FIFA right now, FIFA 21, the current game, you can get it for just £18. £18 for a FIFA game on PS4. It's pretty good, isn't it? But it's too complicated. Like, do you know what I mean? Ultimate Team and all that. I can't be doing with all that. I just want to play the game. I just want to pick up and play the game. Ball goes out. That's how much it should cost, says Ephraim the Beast. I heard that FIFA sucks, says LSW. I don't know. I don't know. Let me tell you. I'll tell you the score, shall I? FIFA 21 review. Let's see what Metacritic gave it 77%. Although the audience gave it 1.9. The meta score is 77. User score 1 out of 10. Why? Why? What's this? What's gone on? On the street and in the stadium, FIFA 21 has more ways to play than ever before. FIFA 21 rewards you for your creativity and control. Create more scoring opportunities with the all-new dynamic attacking systems. New dribbling system. Fast footwork, responsive controls. Blah, 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 blah. Why have people scored it so low? Can I read some? The underwhelmingly disliked. Yeah, 90%. It's the same game as every other year. The only reason I haven't given it 1 is because of the Ultimate Team challenges and the customization is enjoyable. Manager rating lowers even if you don't do anything wrong. Players complaining about player time. I refuse to give this company any more money. Player speed varies game to game. Game is trash. Wow. Looks like a child's game. It's so basic and stupid. Oh, I might get it. I need basic and stupid. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Ball played into the centre. Saved by Simon. Simon had to make a save there as Switzerland broke into the Spain penalty area. They're still only 1 goal behind. Yeah, he did really well there to actually get a shot off. I'm not sure that it was it going goal bound? I suppose it was. Yeah. He just kind of poked it, really. And it's going to be a corner to Switzerland. Well, it seems like a lot of people are complaining it's just the same game every year. And it's built for getting money out of people. And because Ultimate Team, you have to buy packs and all this, don't you? It's like in-game purchases and whatever. Oh well, there we go. Seems like the critics thought it was all right, but the people that are playing it aren't a fan. How much is UFC? UFC, is it 4? How much is that selling for at the moment? About £30. About £30. I think FIFA's cheaper because of obviously this being on at the moment. 27. You could get it for 27 from somewhere. UFC 4. That's EA as well, isn't it? Well, there we go. There we go, guys. We've had a little trip down video game lane whilst this game's been playing out. Spain are on the ball in the midfield at the moment, playing it out to the right-hand side. Just wonderful, wonderful passing. 70% possession for Spain still, which is really high. I thought they'd end the game at about 65. Maybe they still will. I would say a second goal would kill this, but just don't write off Switzerland. Kept in. So Spain still probing in and around that Switzerland penalty area, but they play it back into their own half. Excellent work by Switzerland trying to win it back, but it's a foul. FIFA hasn't changed anything in years. It's still pretty much the same game. Miss Clan 1 said, I found an old copy of FIFA 2001. Scholes was on the cover. Wow. Come on, Switzerland, says Caruto. The Copa America, BBC Red Button, if you want to watch live match before SmackDown. The game is bad because EA is atrocious, says LSW. It's a loved game. People love FIFA. I'm not saying this year's, clearly. But, I mean, like, it's got to be one of the most popular video games. Ball played into the middle. It goes back to Sommer. I think there's, like, E-teams as well, isn't there, for, like, FIFA? Is there, like, an E-team World Cup? It really wouldn't surprise me if there was. Kind of feels like sports are slightly edging that way. Still can't replace the real thing, though. What an awful world if there was no actual football and instead we just had to watch people playing it on a computer. Oh, my God. That'd be awful. Days, they always make it dirt cheap at the end of the season. FIFA 22 comes out in September. Oh, here's Switzerland. Oh, it's gone in. It's gone in. Whoa, Shaqiri. Wow. Look, if you are going to faff around. Wow, 1-1. Game on. Game on. Game on. Ball played across. It falls to Shaqiri. Luis Enrique coming out, you know. Oh, they just never give up, this team. They never give up. Didn't they get the memo? They were meant to be tired after knocking out France. Look at that. Right in the corner. Beautiful. Couple of Spanish players just really getting in each other's way. Simple ball. Nutmeg as well, in between his legs. That's the kind of thing that can roll wide, but it doesn't. It's a brilliant, brilliant goal. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. What a tournament this has been. Oh, did they just show that dude? I swear they found him. There was someone that looked just like him in the crowd. Yeah, Shaqiri. Shaqiri. I love to lie. Hips don't, goals don't lie. I love Shaqiri's latest track, Goals Don't Lie. And they certainly don't. It's 1-1 here. Game on. Game on. Game on. I love to lie. The goals don't lie. I don't know the rest of the words. I'm not a big fan of Shaqiri. Shaqiri. All Aka bets are in the mud. They're in the mud. Well, do you know what else is in the mud? Spain are in the mud. Spain are in the mud. If Spain were an animal, they'd be a hippo because they're in the mud. If Spain was an animal, they'd be a pig because they're in the mud. This is good, man. And honestly, gotta say, I think even though Spain have had like way more of the ball, they just have done nothing with it. As we said, they've been a bit like that Simpsons team that just pass it back and forth. mean, what clean-cut chances have they created? What, like, I thought that Switzerland was going to have to try and survive wave after wave after wave of attack. And it just has not been that way. They've had to have a long period of time without the ball, but 1-1 with 19 minutes to go. Come on, Switzerland! Oh, could you imagine, like, that side of the draw, right, had France, Portugal, Italy, Belgium, like, had all these, Spain, had all these amazing teams. Could you imagine if it was Switzerland that get through? This is doing their points the world of good, by the way. This is doing their points the world of good. I want them to get knocked out. I want Spain to go. I want Spain to go. Ryan said it's a whole new game. The next goal could be the winner. And a ticket to the semi-final. I wonder if that dude will get a ticket to the semi-final. He might be like, they're good. If I was Switzerland now, I'd be like, that fan has got to go. He has got to go. He is our good luck charm. He is basically the mascot of this team. Spain trying to break through, but this is a very well-organised Switzerland defence. Nice ball played forward. Here comes Switzerland. 2-on-2. Zuba trying to break forward, but excellent defending by Spain. Hey, what is this Spanish team going to do when they're under pressure? Ball into the middle. Chipped up, headed back, bouncing around the Spanish area. Oh, come on, Switzerland! Come on, Switzerland! Oh, my God, this is great. This is great. Whenever Spain attack, they seem toothless. Whenever Switzerland attack, it feels like they could score. This is good, man. Switzerland for the win. As they beat France, they deserve it. They do deserve it. They do deserve it. They do deserve it. They deserve it because they've had to watch boring Spain play in front of them. I'm surprised these players haven't fallen asleep. That Swiss defence that's had to stand there and just watch Spain go, They've done so well to stay awake. They have done so well. If that was me, I'd be like, guys, just wake me up when Spain do something. I'm just going to get a little nap over here. But they've done really well to stay awake. And as a result, they've got themselves back into this game 1-1. And do you know what? Credit to Switzerland. They actually scored. It wasn't an own goal. A Swiss player took a shot at goal and he actually scored it. He didn't need a deflection. He didn't need Spain to put it in their own net. He didn't need Simon to miskick the ball. Like, if you're a team in this tournament and you can actually score your own goals, you deserve to go through. There's so many teams that are getting through because of own goals. So, well done to Switzerland. Spain trying to play forward, but again, just running into a well-organised Switzerland defence. There's just people all around. Red shirts everywhere. They've got to be more progressive with their passing. They've got to find a way of playing forward and getting into space. And they're so good at that. That's lovely. That was lovely. That was lovely from Spain. They finally start to get some incisive passing, playing it forward, working the channels, and finally getting into like the 6-yard area, playing the ball across, but there was no one in the centre to put it away. That's where like a goal poacher would be. That's where, you know, a Gary Lineker would be. Someone to just tap it in. It's kind of like where Haaland operates. Not all of Haaland's goals are beautiful, but he reads the game so well. Lovely ball. Spain. Oh, it's corner. It's corner to Spain. 15 minutes to go, and Spain are actually trying some progressive passing now. 15 minutes to go. That was good from Spain. That was good from Spain. Heather said, I am going to be shocked if Spain chokes this late in the game. Switzerland scored 2. It was just one of them were in their own net. Yeah, I mean, Switzerland deserved to go through because they have scored both of the goals. You're absolutely right. Spain have not scored yet. Right, ball goes back. Spain in and around the penalty area. This is gripping stuff. Ball whipped in. Ah! Comes to Sommer. Oh, Pau Torres was there, but he couldn't get on the end of it. Lovely ball. And it was very well defended by Switzerland, who have got the ball now. And that looks like it's going to be a card. Red! Red to Switzerland! Red card to Switzerland! Oh, it's a straight red! Oh, it's a straight red. Freuler's gone. Oh, my God. Oh, we've got drama. It's all popping off right now. Oh, it is nasty. VAR, we're going to check it. Freuler. The check has been done, and he is off, mate. He is off. Switzerland team that is so well organised, so well disciplined, has such heart. That's disappointing. Yeah, he's gutted, man. He's gutted because he knows that he's really, really put his team in it there. I mean, if this goes to extra time, they're going to have to play all of extra time with just 10 men. Tell you what, this game has burst to life, hasn't it? It's really come alive. Really come alive. What a fantastic game we've got now. And we might be looking at extra time here. We might be looking at extra time. Either way, we've got free kick to Spain. I mean, if they score now, it'll be heartbreak. Ball whipped in and headed wide. Headed wide. It's still 1-1. I mean, you don't want to be playing this Spain team with 10. This Spain team with their possession and their passing, and it's going to be so hard. Oh, come on, Switzerland, you can still do it. Well, they've got, I mean, the only saving grace is that it's come just 10 minutes from the end. Could you imagine if that was like the 49th minute and they had to play the rest of the second half? Like, there's 10 minutes for them to... I mean, I don't quite know what you do, to be honest. You've got to try and get that second goal. Even if it goes to penalties, there's no, obviously, guarantee it's 50-50 if it goes to penalties. So, you can't really afford to sit back. Right, lovely work there. Played forward. On the wing, looks like it's going to be a throw to Switzerland. So hard for them. So hard. The Swiss have been unlucky, says Tall Paul. Ryan said, another turn of events. Now Spain should put the pedal to the metal. Is that a foul? Referee's not interested. He is now. And it looks like that was a foul on a Spanish player. We're into the final 10 minutes. Into the final 10 minutes. Anywhere we can watch the stream. Is Shaqiri going off? Shaqiri has looked like their best player, unsurprisingly, and So is coming on, so there must be a reason for this. Yeah, I mean, he really has been motoring all over the pitch, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's given his all. 80-minute mark, you know. Put on a fresh pair of legs. Savanovic is coming off and Gavranovic is coming on. Good player, Gavranovic. So, Savanovic, though, is I think he's got 3 goals. I think he's their top scorer. So they've just took off their arguably best player and their top scorer. So a couple of changes. Looks like they're playing 4-4-1. So they're lining up 4-4-1. So Switzerland have actually switched to a 4-4-1 now. If we have a look at their team. So they started the game with a 4-2-3-1. They've gone to a 4-4-1. So they're playing very defensively now. 8 people behind the ball. Well, in fact, all 10 behind the ball right now. Biggest problem is that Switzerland versus Italy or Belgium might not be as fun to watch as opposed to Spain versus Italy or Belgium. The only thing I would say is that this game has maybe not been the most fun to watch, but I think that's mainly because of Spain. Spain have kept the ball and done nothing with it. They've done nothing with it, so with that being said, I don't know. I mean, there's every chance they get the ball against Italy and do nothing there as well. As an England fan, I would love to see Spain go out. Nice tackle. But referee saying that the Spanish player fouled the Swiss player and it's a free kick to Switzerland in their own penalty area. Days, can you shout out? I apologise for being late. Edward, shout out to you. Someone tell me why Switzerland's goal was not considered. Can someone tell me why Switzerland's second goal was not considered? What second goal, buddy? I don't remember seeing them score a second goal. Goes all the way back to the Spanish goalkeeper. 7 minutes to go. We could be looking at extra time here. We could be looking at extra time. Don't forget, England play tomorrow. England versus Ukraine. We're doing a long stream. Long stream for that one. Ball comes across to middle of the park. Out to the right-hand side. Whipped across. Spain in and around. Good save by Sommer. Comfortable. It was right at him. But he had to gather that up. But Spain constantly probing in and around the Switzerland penalty area. I mean, look, again, this goes to show you really can't write off any team in this tournament. I thought this would be comfortable for Spain. But there just hasn't really been comfortable games. Denmark looked quite comfortable against Wales. I'd say Denmark looked the most comfortable in the round of 16. Be interesting to see how they do against Czech Republic. I really expect Denmark to win that. Yep, they are absolutely in the game. If I was Spanish, I would be like pulling my hair out. I'd be optimistic because Switzerland are down to 10. But I'd be pulling my hair out because we've had so much of the ball and we've done nothing with it. 5 minutes to go. Can you imagine if Spain go out to a 10-man Switzerland? I mean, it wouldn't be the biggest upset, but... Oh. Sommer gets the ball. It squirms its way through to the Switzerland goalkeeper. How many England jerseys do you have? Will you wear the same one tomorrow? I've probably got about 5 or 6 England shirts, but they're all in the storage. I can't get them, and I don't even know what box they're in to get them. But I've probably got about 5 or 6 that I've had just over the years. And I used to live down in Southampton, and they were down in Southampton. Like, I would have got one for the World Cup in 2018. I would have got one in 2016. I probably had an old one from, like, the early 2000s that probably still fits. So I've probably got about 5 or 6. But as I said, I had them in Southampton, and all of that stuff just went into storage when I moved back here in the Midlands. So I went and bought that one, the 82 shirt that I've been wearing. And I ain't changing it now. No way am I changing it now. We all know that England beat Germany because of that shirt that I was wearing. We all know that's the lucky shirt. So I ain't changing it now. I mean, right now, I'd be quite happy to just go and buy the current shirt. Switzerland in and around Spain's penalty area, but just could not get through. Looks like a Spain player's gone down. Yeah, I will be wearing the same. I will be wearing the same. I love it. I think it might be my favourite England shirt. I don't think there's any that look nicer than that. I'm not crazy about this year's shirt, but if they win in it, if they're going to win this tournament with that shirt, it will all of a sudden become my favourite England shirt ever. Although I do love the 82. I love the 82, and obviously 16-6, the red one that we won the World Cup in. Looks like we're getting extra time. It does look like we're getting extra time. Llorente's coming on for Spain. Let's just whilst I was talking about England winning the World Cup, if I get any opportunity to show a picture of England winning the World Cup, I'm going to take it. So whilst we're just waiting for these substitutions, I'm going to show you England winning the World Cup just so that I can show you the shirts that they were wearing, because there'll be a lot of people that won't ever have seen it. A lot of people joining us from, like, America and whatnot. Here it is, look. This image in particular is just ingrained in the minds of English fans. There is Bobby Moore, England captain at the time, holding up the World Cup trophy at Wembley 1966, and those were the red shirts that we were wearing. So they're really plain, just long sleeve red shirts with the England badge on. But I mean, they're so iconic, but it's hard not to say they're the best, because that's what we won the World Cup in, against Germany in '66. I don't have one of them, actually. You can get them. I don't have one. But I do love the 82. We're coming up to 90th minute. 66. 66. The swinging 60s. I mean, think about London in the 60s, man. I mean, you got the Rolling Stones. You got the Beatles. Do you know what I mean? You've got that kind of love, hippie, all that kind of stuff. Were, you know, a good way away from World War II at that point. World War II finished in 45, so obviously the country was quite poor. But by the 60s, there was a bit of money around, you know, and England win the World Cup in 66. I mean, what an absolute golden generation. Music was incredible. I think it was like you started to get teenagers. There weren't really like teenagers. I mean, obviously there were, but teenagers weren't like going out and hanging out, and do you know what I mean? The idea of teenagers just you left school, you went to work, but like teenagers hanging out with their friends and whatever, that kind of starts coming through in the 50s and 60s. But yeah, man, what a time! I'd love to have seen England at that time. Being in England during that time would have been amazing. Winning the World Cup, Beatles, Stones, the Kinks, Elvis is still around. I mean, obviously not in England, but you can still enjoy his music, whatever. The gigs would have been amazing. Just would have been amazing. Mods and rockers. Brilliant. Dan Evans just got knocked out of Wimbledon. Well, we've got 4 minutes here, and we're already a minute and a half into it. This has got extra time written all over it. They made reproductions of those. They did make reproductions, yes. I don't actually know if they're at the official England store right now. I'm going to have a look. England football store. So, ball goes through to Sommer. So, the Swiss goalkeeper has managed to get it in his hands. Retro. Let's have a look at retro. Swiss player goes down. Yellow card. I didn't see who it was, but it's a yellow card to a Spanish player. Man, they've really changed this site. I'm just having a look at the England site right now, and there's loads of stuff that's changed. It's grown quite a bit as well. I think the country's starting to believe now, and now you can buy kits with like names on the back. You couldn't do that before. I think you could get them printed, but I don't even know if my kit's on there anymore. I might not even be able to get the one I've got. Oh, I'll have to have a look another time. Looks like quite a few things have sold out, and surprisingly, as a wave of patriotism has took over the country. I can't even see my shirt on there anymore. The 82 one looks like it's gone. Right, 30 seconds left, and then it's extra time, my friends. England are not playing. No, but we're always thinking about them. We're always thinking about them. Spain have only won one 90-minute match in this tournament. That's true, because their other one was against Croatia, and that was 5-3. Switzerland are battling so hard, just really fighting hard for every ball. And there we go, full-time 1-1. Full-time 1-1. This game goes to extra time. Are we going to see another giant knocked out at the hands of Switzerland? What? How exciting. Well done, Switzerland. Time for extra time. Excellent. Excellent from Switzerland. I mean, when Spain scored in the 8th minute, I know it was an own goal, but when Spain scored, I thought this was going to be an absolute destruction now. I didn't fancy Switzerland going 1-0 down in the 8th minute. But this Swiss team just, they don't know when to give up. It's amazing. And then they went down to 10 with like 13 minutes to go. No drama. I mean, look at that. There's still only been 4 shots on target. I don't know if that's true technically, to be honest, but that's certainly what one footballer's saying. Another overtime game. Another overtime game. Yep. Oh, you'd be nervous if you were Spanish, I can tell you that much. You would be nervous if you was Spanish. Let me know in the chat, who do you think's winning this? Do you reckon Switzerland have got it? I found a website that's selling that 66 shirt, and it is 25 quid. 25 quid. It looks sick as well. It looks so nice. Again, I know this has got nothing to do with England, but as I've said before, everything is to do with England. And I think as soon as we all accept that, the better. I'm going to show you this. Look, this is £25. How nice is that? Look at that. I think if you're on a night out and you wear that nice red jumper, England badge in the corner, it looks sick, man. Looks really good. He looks good. I mean, I think he'd probably look good even without that. But there we go. Look, he's gone for a number 6 on the back. Why not? That's nice. That is £25. You can get one of them. Show your support. England 1966 retro World Cup final shirt. 25 quid. That's nothing, is it? 25 quid. I could look as good as he looks for £25. Isn't that amazing? I like it. I like it. I might add it to my to buy list. I still don't want to change the shirt though. I've got my lucky 82 shirt, so I'm going to keep wearing that. But I might just wear the 66 for around the house, you know, when I'm doing a bit of dusting or something. I smell an upset in this game. Switzerland to win on penalties. John said it's just bad that Xhaka isn't playing today. Days, you would look sexy wearing that. Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you. Caruto said he's a sexy man, to be honest. Well, that's very kind, Caruto. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Anna said, I like the 66. I won't wear it, though, because it's red. Oh, got you. And it reminds you of Poe from the Teletubbies, is it? Chelsea need a new transfer. Did you see that Billy Gilmore has signed for Norwich on a season loan? That's a good signing for them. It's a really good signing. In fairness, he's going to struggle to break into that Chelsea team. But Norwich have done really well there. I've got one of the 66 ones in a commemorative box. But they're probably sold now as it was a while back. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really nice. In a commemorative box. Oh. Right, so the Swiss manager having a few words with the Swiss team. So they're talking about Spain and how disappointing their end product is. This is a Spanish team that have scored 10 in their last 2. And they've not even managed one of their own goals in this game. Right, here we go. So another game goes to extra time. We're going to have 2 periods of 15 minutes. As we... I really am tempted to get one of those, you know. Framed England shirt signed by 9 of the 1966 World Cup side. 300 and something pound? What? I mean, in all fairness, if you was going to get one signed, you'd want it really by all of them. But still, £384, an England shirt signed by 9 of the World Cup team. That is amazing. All of a sudden, now I'm completely lost in a world of England 66 stuff. Yeah, there's one here, £293, a shirt signed by 9 of the England World Cup winning side. Oh my God. Right, I can't be dealing with that right now. We are watching this game, I promise. Yes, I'm rubbish. Get over it. Right, Spain have got the ball. We're in Switzerland's half. That's not bad, is it? 300 and something pound. 9 players have signed the shirt. I wonder how much, if England win the Euros, a signed Euro 2020 signed by the whole team would be. They'll sell them, definitely, but I reckon it's going to be about 1,000, if not more. Ball into the centre. Steered away. Are there any Lightning Seeds music videos for Euro 2020 quarterfinals? No, there's no... Oh, just put wide! How has Moreno missed that? The ball has come in. Oh my God, he's right in front of the goal. I thought that Switzerland were going to... Oh my God, he's missed it from 6 yards. He's missed it from 6 yards. What? He's just put it wide from 6 yards. That's the kind of goal that it's harder to miss than it is to score. The ball comes over from the left-hand side, falls to Marino, and he's put it wide from 6 yards. Oh, this is amazing. Well into this. 3 minutes gone already. The thing with extra time is it goes so quickly. Like 15 minutes each half. It's not that much. Spain are looking really good here, though. I mean, Spain do tend to step it up in the extra time. I mean, we saw them. They were delicious against Croatia. Yeah, the ball's still bouncing around. Get rid of it, Switzerland. Get rid of it. No panic from Switzerland, though. I'd like to see some panic. I'd like to see them just boot it away. Instead, they're trying to just play it out from the penalty box. Just boot it. And it finally does go, and this is going to allow them to push out now, Switzerland. They were getting pegged back a little bit. LSW says, scenes. That was so close. OMG. Ball into the middle of the park. Spain on the ball. We're well into Switzerland's half. To the left, trying to thread it through. I mean, it's the right idea. That was all right. That was a good little ball there. Switzerland to break him. Trying to play it across. They've done well to keep a hold of it. There's a few passes that were a little bit short. And that's too far for Vargas. Vargas can't get on the end of that. And the ball goes out. It's going to be a throw into Spain. Well into their half. Almost 5 minutes gone. What if Switzerland knock out Spain on penalties? What if Switzerland are like this penalty machine? What if Switzerland are just like goats at penalties? They're the penalty goats. There's not really a team that I'm aware of that's just like 100% at penalty shootouts. I'm not aware. I'd love to know who that might be. Who are like the goats at penalties? Who would you not want to face at penalties? Most penalty shootout wins. Let's have a look. Spain to break him. They're on the edge of the box and the shot is blocked. Spain with another shot and it's palmed over. Palmed over by Sommer. UEFA have got information. Epic shortest. I don't want who's got. I want to know who's won the most. Most penalty shootout wins. Ball whipped in from a corner and straight into the arms of Sommer. I can't find that information, you know. I feel like I could, but I think it's going to be... It's going to take a while. Procedure, history, intentions, domestic cups, records. This is an amazing stat. On the 11th of December 2012, Bradford City set the record for most consecutive penalty shootout wins. Oh, and the ball goes wide from Spain. Bradford have won 9 penalty shootouts since 2009, including wins against Arsenal and Huddersfield. So, the team that's got the record for most consecutive penalty shootout wins is Bradford? What the flip? Who expected that? Bradford? Bradford, the penalty goats. Right, 7 minutes in, and there's been a couple of close calls here, as Spain have been all over Switzerland. I think it's hard to see Switzerland getting a goal here, but it's hard to see Switzerland getting out their own half at the moment. I mean, I kind of respect the fact they're trying to play, but then also I think it's a bit silly because they just lost the ball in a very dangerous area. Spain are absolutely all over them. Spain are pressing a lot more. There's a lot more press with their play. Like before, they were just kind of passing it back and forth and they were playing in front of, Switzerland. Now Spain are really kind of now putting that pressure on, and you feel the whole Spanish team kind of pushing forward. There's a lot more pressure here by Spain, and this is what they should have been doing the whole game. Nice ball to the edge of the area. It's played across. Oh, lovely little flick back there. That was a nice idea, but straight into the hands of Sommer. And Sommer is a really good goalkeeper. Look at that little kickback. We've still today got Belgium versus Italy. We've still got Belgium versus Italy. This massive battle of two favourites for the tournament. So right now we've got 22 minutes here until penalties, but we've still got that massive, massive battle. In fact, thinking about it, I need to change my stream. I've got a stream that's going to start relatively soon. The Belgium stream. Spain still playing it around. Trying to find a way through to the edge of the penalty area. The ball rolling to the right. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this play. Beautiful. Spain now playing it around, finding a way through. It is just beautiful work. Beautiful, beautiful work by Spain. So fun to watch. Corner whipped in by Spain, and it's headed wide. Oh my God, they seem to be allergic to the goal. It's like... Oh, he just couldn't quite get his head onto it. Wow, 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 wow. Such drama. Wonderful. The commentator saying you've just got to wonder if Switzerland are going to benefit mentally from the amount of chances that Spain are missing. And I think they absolutely will. I mean, it's got to give them a lift. It's got to give them a lift. So 6 changes right now have been made for, or this is their 6th change for Switzerland. Ball bouncing around the midfield. We've got 5 minutes to go till half time. Days, it's going to be a Belgium-England final, says Edward. Spain should have done this before extra time, says Ephraim the Beast. Oh, Spain saved by Sommer! Big save by Sommer! The ball is just launched from the halfway line. Spain are on the end of it. It's bouncing around, and Sommer, what a keeper. What a goalkeeper Sommer is. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. He does not deserve to lose this game, Sommer. It's a brilliant save. Back post, and it goes over by Spain. Spain are trying so hard. They're constantly knocking. Trying to find a way through. What a game this has been in extra time, man. Spain have just really battered Switzerland, but they just cannot get the goal. Sommer plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. I just searched to see who Sommer played for, because I knew he played in the Bundesliga, but I didn't know what team. And I just saw there's a little article saying that 270,000 French people have signed a petition to have the game replayed between France and Switzerland, because when Mbappe took his penalty, apparently Sommer's foot was slightly off the line. So 270,000 French people want the game replayed, which is quite clearly not going to happen. But I hadn't seen that. I hadn't even heard that that was a thing. The longer this goes on, I like the Swiss chances. What a point-blank save, says Ryan. Brilliant goalkeeper. Brilliant. And says, poor Switzerland, they have a higher chance to pull this off if it wasn't for that red card. MN Speedy says, Sommer, wow. I think a lot of people are saying Sommer, wow, as a shot. Another save by Sommer. Oh my God, just give him man of the match. Give him man of the tournament. Look, oh, it's another good save. Comfortable, but you got it. I mean, even so. Sommer, I mean, he is just a machine. Ball comes in, punched away by Sommer, is living a charmed life. Switzerland are living a charmed life. We've only got a minute and a half to go, though. It's my spirit animal. Sommer's my spirit animal. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. How many chances have they had now? According to this, still only 3. 16, but only 3 on target. He deserves man of the match, no doubt. Sommer is giving so much stress and pressure to Spain. Poor Spain, they're trying so hard. Hartley said if he isn't man of the match, then it's wrong. Yeah, man. Absolutely fantastic performance by Sommer. The goal that beat him was deflected. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was coming this way, he was there, and it bounced off his player and went there. So you can't blame him for the goal. He's just been an absolute beast. It is going to take something real special to have to get past Sommer. Something real special. But he is just a man, and he is beatable. But all the time that he's keeping Spain out, the time is ticking away. We've only got about 18 seconds, 15 seconds or so to go. Ball played into the centre. He's trying to twist and turn. The ball bouncing around. They clear it away. Headed back. And Switzerland trying to get a foothold on the game. They've just been camped in their own half. Yeah, it should get to half-time. There's a minute, 1 added minute of this first half of extra time. Can the Swiss hold on? Heartbreak if they concede. I mean, you'd have to think the next goal's going to win it. But you never know with Switzerland. If they... Oh, excellent. Well defended. I thought he'd put that out for a corner, but he ends up just booting it out down the pitch. Pedri out to the right-hand side. Oh, gets a shot straight into the arms of Sommer. I tell you what I love there. He had to hold that. There was the Spanish player right in front of him. Look at this. He grabs it, and look at that. If he'd have spilt that there, big trouble. Big trouble if he'd have dropped it then. So he did a fantastic job of keeping a hold of the ball. End of the first period of extra time. There's 15 minutes to go. They are playing with an intensity. This is the Spain we should have seen throughout the whole game. This is the Spain that we should have seen throughout the whole flipping game. Oh, they're showing that Marino miss. Oh, man, I can't believe how many opportunities Spain have put wide, or that save is incredible. I wonder if Spain are thinking this is just not our night. Do you think Spain are starting to doubt themselves? Do you think that doubt is sneaking in? It's not your night. You go in, Spain, you go in. I'd like to see I'd like to see Spain go. Because this is how Spain can play. And if they play like they've just played, they're a match for any team. Look, they're cheering each other. Look, they're trying to get some... Oh, Spain! They're trying to get some team morale on the go. Summer is having one heck of a game, says Ryan. Kyle said, I think Spain will pull it off. Caruto says Sommer is a great keeper. He is, look. And look at this as well. We've also got Switzerland in a circle. Yeah, it is weird. It is weird seeing the manager be in a circle of the players and one of the players is like talking to the team. I mean, that is strange. Why do the Swiss always make me nervous? God, that guy, that fan. Where is he? I want to see the fan in the stands. I want to see the Swiss fan. That poor guy. He deserves a free holiday. Anyone that supports Switzerland deserve a free holiday. Shark, shout out to you, buddy. It could be penalties. It could be penalties. Right, we are underway with the second half of extra time. I think it's going to be more of the same, isn't it? I think there's going to be some big opportunities here for Spain. I think Sommer's going to be called back into action again. He seems to be up to the task, but there's only so many times they can keep Spain out. Can they hold on for 15 minutes? I'm not even thinking about Switzerland scoring. I mean, it'd be amazing if they did. Yeah, it is going to be about putting a chance away, and Switzerland is just going to have to work so hard. So hard. This is going to have to be an absolute Herculean effort here, because Spain were all over them. How Spain didn't score in that first half of extra time, I haven't got a clue. Nice. Headed, ball bouncing around. Excellent. Cleared, and looks like that's going to be a free kick to Switzerland. And if you're Switzerland right now, I wonder what the game plan is. Do you slow the game down? Do you waste time? Are you thinking penalties? Are you looking to try and find a goal? How are you going to get a goal? If you do go for a goal, are you going to leave yourself light at the back? It's a tightrope, isn't it? It's an absolute tightrope. If you go for a goal, you're going to be so stretched. I don't know if it's not just better for Switzerland to just play out for the penalties, but even that's obviously a gamble. It's really hard to know what they should be doing. I mean, they need to just get the hold of the ball. That's what they need. They need to get a hold of the ball and see what opportunities they've got, but they absolutely cannot leave themselves light at the back. Who do you think will win the Euros? I don't know. I think there's several teams that can absolutely win the Euros. I think England or Denmark from that side. And I think... I mean, I would have said Spain, Italy from this side. But, I mean, Spain are being really tested. goes down, and it's going to be a goal kick. You need to get back up, mate. That kick is very quickly taken by Spain. We're in Spain's half. I mean, all of this is eating time out of the game, and it's, you know, giving that defense time to reset and take a breath. They were under so much pressure that if there's anything Switzerland can do just to give them some time. I mean, you can't have Summer being smashed time after time after time after time. Ball goes out to the left-hand side. Yeah, well cleared. I mean, Switzerland are going to have to have played, by the end of this, over 40 minutes with 10 men. Left-hand side. Spain trying to get into the penalty area, but no joy. Zach Ryder tweeted me. Very cool. If Switzerland win, do you think Cesaro will make a reference tonight? He could do. I don't know if he'll make a reference. Well, he might do on a promo. He might say a little something. But who knows? He might have like a Swiss mouthpiece, or he might come out in a shirt. He might walk out in like a Switzerland shirt or something. So there's a chance that he does a little something, yes. He's definitely watching this, we know that much. What a game, says LSW. Yeah, I mean, it was really... The first half was a bit like... Spain just passing it around and not really doing much with it. Second half, obviously, you know, it got a bit more interesting, certainly when the goal went in. And then we had the sending off, and since the goal, really, around the 68th minute time mark. Oh, nicely blocked. Ball is on the edge of the penalty area. They're claiming for a penalty. I don't think they're claiming very hard. It's what a tackle that is. Absolutely brilliant block by Switzerland. Brilliant. Yeah. No, they're not looking for a penalty, are they? There's no penalty there. Extra time has been great. Right, Sommer with a goal kick. There's 10 minutes to go. We've only had the one penalty shootout, haven't we? I think, did we only have Switzerland and... I think we did only have Switzerland and France. I think we did. Could they get there again? And don't forget, we're only 40 minutes away from our next game. Right, ball pulled back and a shot go. Oh, excellent by Sommer. Ball on target. Bouncing along the floor. Sommer gets down. Gathers it up. I'll have that. Boom. Look at that. I mean, look, it's spinning, bouncing. Even though it looks easy to gather it up, you can easily spill that. Switzerland have never been to a tournament semi-final. Switzerland have never been to a tournament semi-final. That is what they're playing for right now. And won't they have earned it? Wow. If they have managed to get there by knocking out France and Spain. Incredible. Incredible team. Ball played into the centre. Oh, and he's put wide. Wow, yeah. Ball played in, and he's right by the penalty area, and he puts it wide. Less than 8 minutes to go. Thiago comes on now. A lot of people would have wanted to have seen him on earlier. What a waste from Olmo. Summer is like Lev Yashin at the moment. Spain are choking right now, says Efren. Right, Spain switching the play. No one was marking. Ball whipped in, headed clear. This is going to be a nervy 7 minutes, man. This is going to be a real nervy 7 minutes. This has been excellent. This extra time has been excellent. It's been so much fun to watch. These Euros just keep on delivering, don't they? They just keep on delivering. 23 goal attempts for Spain, 8 on target. Their possession is now up to 72%. Did you see Green Shirt Guy's Twitter? I did. I retweeted it. Legend, isn't he? Legend. He knows that we've got his back. He knows. 23 shots from Spain, says Ephraim. 23 attempts, says Alex. Lawrence says, let's go Spain. Well, we're getting down to 6 final minutes. Anything now you've got to think is winning it. Where can you watch it live? I honestly don't know what country you're in. If you're in the UK, it's on ITV. If you're in America, I think it's ESPN, someone said earlier. But yeah, I mean, the whole world has been watching this tournament. It's been so good. Ball goes out to the left-hand side, into the middle. Spain whipping it to the back post. Oh! Trying to find a way through. Into the middle. It is just being passed around. Is he going to go for it? They've gone all around. Into the middle. Ah! Back post! Oh my God, get rid of it, Switzerland! Get rid of it! And it finally bounces out. Oh! That ball literally went everywhere. It was like, whoa! Oh my God. Oh my God. Right, here we go. Corner. For Spain. Comes in. Oh, straight into the arms of Sommer. Straight into the arms of Sommer. Oh, look at this. Oh my God. This is scary, says Lastex. They didn't know what to do with the ball. Hey, listen, if this goes to penalties, you would want Sommer in goal, wouldn't you? That's all I'm going to say. Just got to hope that the Switzerland penalty takers can actually score their penalties, because when it comes to saving, I would want Sommer as my goalkeeper. Nerves on the faces. All of the fans are nervous here. God, what if this is England tomorrow? What if England have chance after chance after chance and they just cannot put it away? What if it's just one of them games? Do you know what I mean? That's football. That's football. This is what happens sometimes. You get chance after chance. It just doesn't quite go your way. Throw into penalty area. We're in Switzerland. Switzerland on the attack. We're in Spain's half at the moment. Pedri on the ball. Goes out. It's going to be a Spain throw. We've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We're knocking on the door of penalties. We've only got half an hour till the next game starts. And the next game's flipping amazing. Spanish hearts are beating very fast. Bouncing around. Ah, here comes Spain. It's 2-on-2. 2-on-2. The shot goes, and that was a rubbish shot. That was so weak. That was so poor. Yeah, that was rubbish. Yeah, Sommer gets down. I mean, it was so slow. That was a big opportunity for Spain. If they'd have scored that, it was done. Switzerland really struggling to just keep a hold of the ball. Spain are on it right now. Goes over to the right-hand side. Trying to cut into the centre. Goes across to the left. Spain just in front of the penalty area. Quite central. Little dink headed out by Switzerland, who have defended so well. So well. Smashing it away, and we've got less than 2 minutes to go. Richard said 2 minutes till we get to a penalty shootout. The next game will be weak, says Just Alex. What is wrong with the goalkeeper? Haven't seen anything. What a substitute for Spain. I think Spain are potentially looking at penalties now. Rodri on. Yeah. I think Spain are looking at penalties now. Here at Switzerland winning the ball back. Wait, so you're watching the game? Yeah, it's amazing. Sommer is great. I'm getting high blood pressure, says Last X. James Chadwick says Sommer has earned himself a big transfer to a big club after this. People, I mean, Sommer was great against the French as well. He's been great in the Bundesliga, right? He's someone that I'd heard about and was aware of, but I don't watch Bundesliga, so I don't get a chance to see, you know, too many of their non-European teams. I don't know, was Borussia Mönchengladbach? I don't even know if they were in the Europa League. But I've had a real good look at Sommer in this, and wow. You're absolutely right. At 32, he's got a good few years still ahead of him for a goalkeeper. Yeah, blocked. And 30-minute mark has been reached. There's going to be 1 minute. 1 minute, and we're already 20 seconds into it. There's 40 seconds till we go to a penalty shootout. Switzerland are on the ball. Gives it away to Spain. Referee blows his whistle. It's a free kick. It's a free kick, and it's around the halfway line. So they're going to just launch it and see what they can do with it. But we are running out of time. 12 seconds. Ball played in. No one there. Goes to the back post. Spain are looking again. Dinked in. Headed over by Spain, and that might be it. That is sure to be it. It's dinked in and headed over. Penalties. 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 Penalty shootout. It's penalty shootout time. Oh, we don't need any of this information anymore. We don't need any of this information anymore. It's time for penalties. Time for penalties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Well, there we go, guys. Brilliant, brilliant performance by Switzerland. Can they do it again? Can they do it again? Can they knock out a giant nation on penalties? The game has finished. The referee has blown. And we go to penalties. Corey says, I love these knockout games. Is Freuler out for the next game? He'll be out for the next game, yeah. If you get a red card, I think you're out for this game and you miss the next one. Right, penalties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Come on, Sommer. Yeah, I think all of us neutrals are cheering for Sommer. I watched a video earlier. It was this man and woman. Woman was cheering for Spain. The man was cheering for Switzerland. And she was very, very, very confident that Spain were going to get this done. That's football, man. That's football. You love them, then you'll get more in the Champions League. Oh, what penalties? Yeah, man. Football's great, isn't it? Isn't football? I think one thing we can all agree: football's great. Cesaro must have a waterfall on his head right now. Yeah. I bet he is, yeah. Oh, this is anyone's now. Penalties. I mean, you've got to say that Spain have got some fantastic penalty takers, but you have to say that Switzerland have got a fantastic goalkeeper. So, to me, this is going to come down to, can Switzerland score theirs? We saw how good they were against the French, so I have to feel confident. And plus, they've been there and they've done it. So, maybe the nerves won't be as intense. I mean, I don't know. Perhaps they will. But they've done it. They've done it against the French. This tournament has made me a fan of soccer/football. Switzerland goalkeeper is a beast. Fawkes said this is why it is truly the beautiful game. Yeah, I mean, when you watch like a Premier League game, I mean, obviously the Premier League's fantastic, but you're never going to get overtime and penalties in the Premier League because if it ends in a draw, both teams just get 1 point and we move on. So there is something special when it comes to the knockout part of a tournament and we get penalties and everything, so... Swiss are going to win. Days, I have a question. What happens if the first game is still going? When will the second game start? We got 25 minutes, so I would imagine they will get this done in time. I think the reason why the second game starts 3 hours after is because they've factored in that the penalties should be done if it goes there. Should be done by the time the next game starts. But you never know. I mean, penalties could just keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. If everyone just keeps scoring them, it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. But even so, 25 minutes for penalties, that's quite a bit of time. Yeah, I mean, Simon is a great shot stopper. Sommer is a great shot stopper. Spain are going to... I tell you what, imagine if Sommer saves this first one. That'll really put the cat amongst the pigeons. Right, here we go. Spain penalty up first. And he... Oh, hits the post! Hits the post! Spain hit the post! Spain hit the post! Oh, it's a no! Oh, Spain! 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 There's pain in Spain. Oh, hits the post. Sommer went the wrong way. Oh, my God. Come on. All Switzerland have to do now is score 5. If Switzerland score all their penalties, they win. That's all they got to do right now. Just score all 5 penalties. Score! 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 Yes, and he does! And he does, and he does, and he does, and he does. It is 1-0 Switzerland right now. What is this world? What is this world that we're living in? Come on, Switzerland. Come on, Switzerland. What if he misses? Hit the post. Hit the post! Hit the post! Hit the post! Post, 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 post. Oh my God, miss it, miss it, miss it, miss it. Oh, and it's in. Ah. Little bit of pressure put back onto Switzerland now, but in all fairness, couldn't ask for much more, could you? Here come the Swiss. They've just got to score 4 penalties. 4 penalties. Just got to score 4 penalties. Referee just said something there to the Swiss player. I think he didn't quite like where the ball was. Okay. Here we go. I don't... Oh, come on. He is bouncing. He is bouncing. Oh, and he saved it. He saved it. I've got to admit, I didn't feel that Swiss player felt all that confident. And when the referee was talking to him, and plus, look, Simon bouncing around. It's a bad penalty. Oh, it's a good height. It's savable. Simon was bouncing around, staying on his line. You've just got to pick a side and just smash it. Just got to pick a side and smash it. Come on, Sommer. Come on, Sommer. Save! Save my Sommer! Ah! It's a save by Sommer. Sommer the saver. Oh, not a great penalty again. Oh, God, what are these penalties? Advantage Switzerland once more. Advantage Switzerland. 2 Spanish penalties have either been saved or missed. Oh, come on. Score. Score. Come on! Tharuka says, this is awesome. This is awesome. Proper drama in the penalty shootout as well. Proper drama. Oh, what a save. Massive moment for Sommer. Right, Switzerland with the penalty. If they can score this, they're 1-0 up again. Oh, it's saved. What is going on with this penalty shootout? What is going on? There's enough drama in penalties as it is. Oh, don't need them all to be rubbish now. Oh my God. They scored 5 times against France. They've missed twice already. It's all even though. It's all even right now. 3 penalties have been taken. Both teams have missed 2. Right, Spain. Oh, it's a beautiful penalty. It's a beautiful penalty by Spain. Spain go 1-0. But Switzerland still to take their 4th. Oh, come on, Switzerland. Come on, Switzerland. Got to score this, mate. Well, he hasn't got to, but he sort of has to. If Switzerland miss and Spain score, Spain win. If Switzerland miss and Spain score, Spain win. He's got to score this. Come on, mate. Come on. Here we go. He's skied it. He's skied it. These are awful penalties. If Spain score, they win. You can't miss 3 penalties in a row. Oh, no, said it's coming home. I'm not sure it is coming home, buddy. It looks like we might still have the problem that is Spain, because if they score... all pressure on this penalty right now. Penalty. If he scores, Spain go through. Oh. Just shows, doesn't it? You just never know with penalties. You just never know. This one's been back and forth. Here's Spain. And he scores. Spain are through. Heartache for Switzerland. Heartache and heartbreak. You can't miss 3 penalties. You can't out of 5 and expect to go through. Ryan said I was neutral and the tension was real. My sweepstake team survived. Summer didn't deserve that. Oh, Summer didn't deserve that. Oh, gutted. Gutted. What a game. What a game indeed. Right, guys, we're going to have to wrap this one up, unfortunately. We're going to have to wrap this one up. I'm absolutely devastated by that. Spain have gone through, but we do have to move on. We're going to jump over to a different stream. We're going to jump over to Belgium versus Italy, which is the game we've all been looking forward to the most. So, probably going to take me about 5 minutes just to get that set up. But we will be underway very, very soon with Belgium versus Italy. Massive shout out to everyone that joined us. I hope you enjoyed that penalty shootout. Heartbreak for Switzerland. And some of the goalkeeper didn't deserve that. He absolutely didn't deserve that. But football, hey, football, it's how it goes. So, massive shout out to everyone that joined us. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with Belgium versus Italy. Bye for now.